Welcome everybody to day number 3 of Activision Blizzard Media's first ever UK esports tournament, the Agency Showdown. My name's Infinity. I'm joined by I Hold Shift. For all of today's action, Alan, we've had 3 days worth of these agencies, 16 of them going head to head, and it all whittles down to this, the final 4 teams competing today in the semi-finals and the finals of our single elimination bracket. Just quickly, if you are new to this stream, let me give you a quick explanation of what the Agency Showdown is. Essentially, it is a tournament created essentially to have fun while we're distant away from each other. Again, it's a nice way, I suppose, for everyone to connect, I guess, over the internet through the medium of esports and video games, while of course everything around the world is going on at the moment. And it's a very fun way to do that as well.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun watching over the first 2 days of competition, but I think fun is going to start becoming eliminated from the picture here because we've got 4 teams left, and I'm sure all of them want to win. We've got, of course, that virtual trophy to take home, and obviously beyond that, just the bragging rights showing up into the first couple of events here for Cold War to be like, yeah, we're the ones who took it all. And let's be honest, for all 4 of these squads, they're all looking pretty darn good. We've praised them throughout the first 2 days, but that praise will amount to nothing if you can't win today. So that's what everyone's playing for, of course. So it'll be fun. We've got best of 3 semifinals, and then the grand finals will actually go to a best of 5, Brody. So again, we're getting to those final stretches, and everything's going to heat up without doubt.
Yeah, and again, if you are new to the stream, let me just go through very quickly what the overall formatting is here. We are playing Search and Destroy all the way through, and as you rightly pointed out, Alan, best of 3 matches, except from that final where we transition over to the best of 5 formatting, of course. So why wouldn't you? It's the final. It's the very last match of the tournament. It's all the stakes on the table, of course. Best agency, all that glory and that stuff. So that's why we go for a best of 5 there. Let's take a look at our bracket then, as we go into today, just to give you guys sort of an idea about which teams are left. And kicking things off again, we'll go from that top left quadrant. Of course, FaZe Good Stuff come out on top of those 4 teams there with their wins against 33% Professional and Zenith. Then, of course, we go to our bottom left quadrant. It's the Heartless Scientists who are in that semi-final against FaZe Good Stuff. They, of course, got their wins against D-Game and PG1 to get here. And then on the other side of the bracket, we have, of course, our favorites here on the desk, Bojo's Lasagna. They have a nice logo to boot as well today. They, of course, have beat out Mug in round 1. And then Zaxis Wavemaker yesterday in a pretty close affair. That was going to be a round 2 matchup. And then finally, Triple Threat with their wins against Essence Team Connect. They were the only team yesterday to give us a game number 3, and that was against Paid Search and Destroy, Alan. And, that was a great match between those 2 teams. I don't know if we can hear Alan or if this is an issue on my end.
That's me. Sorry. I had a cough, and I keep forgetting that I've got 2 different mute buttons. No, so yeah, that Paid Search and Destroy Triple Threat game was actually really, really good. It went all the way to game number 3. But the thing that's interesting about this, we had to pick between a couple of MVP nominees after day number 1. None of them made it through to today, but while watching them play yesterday, they were able to tally up some of their votes, and we've actually found a way to pick a winner. And it was pretty tight, to be completely honest, but Garan, the guy, the man, from one of our opening matchups, he really kind of stole the show yesterday, and I believe he's the guy who's going to walk away with MVP. There it is, Ain Garan. Congratulations to you with the MVP trophy.
I will say, I apologize if we've been saying your name wrong all this time.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a
real,
tough
right?
one to say, right? It might be like Angara, I don't know. It's like Angara, I don't know. Anyway, it's a cool name. Is that a Mass Effect reference? Potentially, I'm not really sure. Actually,
No
it would
idea.
be cool if that is one. But regardless, yeah, Angara, congratulations, you're your MVP for this Agency Showdown. However, it's again, as you aptly mentioned, right? It's kind of funny because none of the MVPs that we had selected for a nomination on Twitter actually made it through to today. So yeah, that was hilarious. It looked like we were going to have one actually in that last match, but of course that wasn't to be. Let's take a look at our schedule then for today to show you guys how everything is going to pan out between the semi-finals and the finals. Of course, we're kicking things off with a 6 p.m. matchup. That's going to be FaZe Good Stuff versus the Heartless Scientists. And then at 6:45, we'll have Bojo's Lasagna versus Triple Threat. And then, of course, at 7:30, the winner of these 2 matchups will go head-to-head for the title of Activision Blizzard Media Agency Showdown champions for the UK tournament. Here's those lovely logos, Alan. I love it so much. Every agency showdown, we get these snazzy logos for the final team. And I'm going to be biased as hell here. Bojo's Lasagna wins out easily. It's the fact that they've got Boris Johnson face just slapped on it.
Look, it's clever, right? I have to give credit where credit is due. But I will say this much: the Heartless Scientists, very well done. Execution-wise, beautiful. And then even the FaZe Good Stuff, I don't think in a million years would I have like a skeleton chef for FaZe Good Stuff right there. But no, all of them played out very, very well. So yeah, very excited to see how these guys will kind of yoink some energy away from what they have now in their logos, try to channel that into their gameplay today.
Yeah, it's going to be super interesting, of course. I will say, before we get into today's events, though, that you guys, even though the MVP nominations are no longer available on Twitter, you guys can still catch up with everything that happens here. You can have your say on the Agency Showdown by using the hashtag Agency Showdown on Twitter. If you actually tag ActiveBlizzMedia in the tweets as well, we'll more than likely see them. So make sure you go follow @ActiveBlizzMedia on Twitter and use hashtag Agency Showdown to tweet along with the show. But for now, Alan, it's about time to get into our first semi-final of the day. FaZe Good Stuff versus Heartless Scientists. Let's have our...
The big thing as we get into these semi-final matchups, we've seen all 6 of these players have some pretty good individual moments. But when it comes down to where you're going to find your edge, it's all about time management, playing off the bomb, and making sure that you're able to work together as a squad. Individual plays are likely not going to shine nearly as much today as they had in the past 2.
Absolutely. We've been talking about that quite a bit. The fact that more and more as we get into this tournament, it's going to come down to who can play better as a team. And that will definitely be tested today as now we get into this game. It's going to be Brumper Big Sticks looking to avenge their fallen teammate in Cookie Boy. He was a standout player for this FaZe Good Stuff roster over the first couple of days of action, but unfortunately for FaZe Good Stuff, they lose another player here. Alan, it's all down to Brumper Big Sticks in 1 versus 3, looking for that first kill. Unfortunately, isn't able to land those last few shots, so Herb Doctor going to survive that gunfight, and with 10 seconds on the clock anyway, realistically speaking, there's not much that Brumper Big Sticks is going to be able to do. He's going to get a kill, but I mean, this is a round lost regardless.
Unless he lines up the 2 players right here with some miraculous shots. No. So again, we're going to be looking just further away from individual skill now, because all of our players that are remaining are really talented. It's going to be down to who plays the maps better. And that kind of was a conversation point that we had yesterday, right? Like our first set of maps that we had were Garrison Checkmate Raid for day number 1. That usually forces a lot of pretty concentrated gunfights. And then yesterday we had Moscow, Miami, Raid, all of those a little bit wide open, a little bit bigger, a little bit harder just to sit there and concentrate your gunfire. You need to actually play the map really well. Now that you've got 6 very talented players all in the same lobby, you have to play the map correctly. That's really what's going to come down to, and that's where the differences are going to be paid out between these 2 teams. And so far, much more concentrated, trying to play through the plane, not allowing FaZe Good Stuff an opportunity to get anything going for their first offense. Now, as Mike tries to hold on towards the B site, we will get a 1-for-1 kill exchange, and it'll allow us to go to 2v2 for the last 55 seconds.
Doctor, a little bit far away from his teammate, and there you go. That's exactly why. Paperboy going to fall. Cookie Boy's going to be the one taking that kill, and now the Herb Doctor's got to find 2 more kills here. I believe this would be for an ace, actually, overall. Smike has already fallen in the round, so Herb Doctor looking for a big boy clutch here. Trophy system down, so if he wants to go to the plant, that might alert, but nonetheless, it's going to be a player inside the tube, all the way in the back line. I believe that was Brumper Big Sticks picking up that final kill.
Yeah, again, good zone control here. So, I guess my previous point and kind of escalating it, what can these offenses do to really try to clear some space? Because so far, neither have found the ability to get onto really either of the bomb sites at play here. So we'll see if that can that change can happen. Mike, he was really good with the sniper rifle in the last couple of days. He's going to pull that out here again. And you have to remember that even though if you're watching and you're a competitive fan, snipers are quote-unquote just GA'd by our top AMs and pro community, not restricted by any stretch of the imagination. And of course, also a lot of players are using that overkill to run 2 primaries instead of a primary and a secondary. So not really any punishment for trying to pull out the sniper rifle when you've got an SMG in your back pocket, which is likely the case. But how about Brumpo Big Sticks? He has moved his way through the plane, cleared out the B bomb site, and now it's going to lead to a plant. Paperboy trying to challenge. Will find the first kill, but it's going to have to be onto the retake here for Heartless Scientists as they do lose Paperboy, and it'll now be a 2v1 as Matt takes down Mike outside the plane.
You boys hit on a 3 spree. Gonna get taken down by Matt. Really nice kill, actually. The Heartless Scientist gonna grab this defuse. Good round overall from them there. They're able to get the numbers in their favor. And Cookie Boys, I mean, he's proved himself to be a very proficient player over the course of the first 2 days of the UK agency Showdown. But those kind of situations, I mean, there's just so many angles that you got to cover from inside that plane. It's tough to make that one work, really, Alan.
Yeah, it truly is. And quick objective play, we kind of noted on it yesterday. It gives you just a natural advantage when you're able to set up a post plan and then you're playing defense, right? So it's interesting, I think, to see them try to make that switch up really quickly, try to get the aggressive plant down. We'll see if Heartless Scientists try to do the exact same to try to keep the tempo up, or will they go back to playing a little bit more patient to try to secure their 3rd round? Mike, you don't expect him to go killless for very long. I mean, he was one of the top performers for Fade's Good Stuff yesterday in their quarterfinal matchup, and he was, again, a top performer, I would say, from day number 1 as well for this squad. So let's see what he can lock down. He's, again, got the Pellington in hand just with an ACOG scope. Cookie watching the opposite angle. We'll see a shot go right over his shoulder from Herb Doctor, and that'll be enough for him to back down and just play his life.
He gets his nade right, it'll be nice. He's Paperboy. Unfortunately, the trajectory of the nade is thrown off from either player, really, so a bit of a useless hooked up frag there from Cookie Boy.
Nice.
Good stuff overall from FaZe. Good stuff, though. I think there was a player actually just under the playing wing or on top of it.
As Mike.
Enabled the help. Yeah, it is going to be Mike.
Yeah, he gets the opening sniper shot, I think, at long range. No, pardon me. It's actually, he's just playing close, and then he's able to watch this long cross. Pretty common spot. And you're seeing exactly why it's so common. It's easy to come around the backside and pitch things up. Nice double kill there for Mike, and hey, hate to say I told you so, but we weren't going to see Mike on 0 kills for very long, and he comes away with 2 of the 3 here.
Both of these teams having, I'd say, a relatively good start to the game, to be honest, Alan. I mean, it's not like they're making that many mistakes overall here. Of course, it is just this small little sort of gameplay touches where maybe if they improve them, they'll start to pull away from their opposition. But we shall see. At the moment, it's going to be Cookie Boy inside the plane. Got big Brumpo Big Sticks with him. FaZe Good Stuff taking some shots, though. Under fire here, FaZe Good Stuff. Good trophy down. Not sure you need 2 of them, guys, but, well, I suppose it will help if one does get shot out, which, to be fair, it does. Paperboy can be responsible for that one. Now bomb down, though. Brumpo Big Sticks lands Semtex right at the feet of Paperboy. Good stuff from them. Good cover from Mike as well. It is going to be Cookie Boy to pick up that gunfight, and now Herb Doctor has to find his way onto the plane. This is a really tough position to be in. You can't throw any utility into the plane either because that trophy system is down. Herb Doctor does get 1, though.
Yeah,
this is still a somewhat manageable situation, but again, one of the things you have to remember here is that you have to reserve 7.5 seconds for the defuse, and with this long flank coming in from Herb Doctor, there just isn't the time.
Nope. It's difficult. You know, we talked largely yesterday. Would some of the adaptation be, you know, when can you stick for a defuse? When can you stick, try to play for kills, and then go for the defuse? This is one of those instances that you just, again, time management. You just got to move a little bit quicker than that. The confidence has to be there and not executed, at least initially, but it's all right. Still plenty of time to go here. Just a 1-round differential, but FaZe Good Stuff, couple rounds in a row, take the lead.
And that, to me, in that entire round, really, from them, was just simply just being able to assault the plane and get control of that position. And again, it was the post-plant positioning as well. They didn't get control of the plane and then immediately leave it, like some teams have done earlier on in this tournament, on this map. They got in there, they got the bomb down, and then they protected it very well as well. So good stuff overall here from that team. Now they're on the defense here. Pellington from Mike. Goes up the plane steps. This could be a great position from Mike. Unfortunately, Mike's decided to watch left side for any players pushing up instead. That's not, of course, what the Heartless Scientists is doing. They're straight through plane, but Paperboy has actually fallen to Mike.
Traded back. 2v2 we go. Bomb planted. Matt's just going to use this trophy system to keep him safe right on top of the bomb. FaZe Good Stuff looking for the quick retake. We'll find the first kill. It's Matt that's down. Herb Doctor playing from a different angle. has been scouted. Cookie Boy, good timing there. FaZe good stuff, no problem. Plenty of time for the defuse. And Cookie Boy, heck of a game start so far as he waves hello. 8-3 for him, and a thumbs up. Why not?
It's not very often we actually see those emotes,
No,
even
not
with
often.
us. Yeah, I think people forget about them, to be honest. Overall,
I know that I do.
I definitely, I don't think, if there was a stat line for how many emotes have you done in Black Ops Cold War, I actually think mine would be 0. I don't think I've emoted a single time in this game. Maybe I need to do that more.
Yeah, you need to, you need to adapt that into your gameplay, dude. We got to start being a little bit more toxic in your gameplay.
Get a kill, wave goodbye as their body flops to the floor. Yeah, 100%. I need to emote some more. Definitely will do, but good emoting coming out from FaZe, good stuff. Getting the trash talk going as much as you can, of course. Heartless Scientists now need to find their way back into the search and destroy island. They're 2 rounds down, and they're on the defense. So that is an advantage inherently. You got to be careful though. You do not want to lose control of this plane again.
First blood for Matt. No trade initially. Herb Doctor, tough shots there, but does take down Cookie. So a good round here for Heartless Scientists early. The bomb has also been dropped, so it's going to be down to Mike for a 1v3. We'll see one player trying to cut around the back. And they will make point of contact up close and personal. AR better than the what looked to be just a pistol. So now down to a 1v2. Both players are pushing forward. Herb Doctor, next one up, falls. Mike, 49 HP, has to wait for the regen. And he's now made this a 1v1, but it is Paperboy on the other side. And he's locking down a long angle. Mike taken down low again. Time becoming a problem here. 27 seconds as well. He needs to play for the bomb, remember. And Paperboy has used the smoke just to play his clock out.
That's so smart. That's such a smart play from Paperboy to get that smoke down and get the hell out of dodge. Of course, time is a factor, as you rightly pointed out, Alan. And Paperboy is going to be well aware of that. Unfortunately, though, Paperboy goes for the reach out, does end up winning the one-on-one. Ooh. Sweating for a second there. I saw Paperboy running to Mike, and I thought, ooh, they're going to be in trouble. But it wasn't to be. Mike does not pull off that 1 versus 3.
Nice attempt, though. I mean, did everything that you would want to see. Gets a couple isolated 1v1s. Gets the regen off. Nearly has a chance at the very end for the third, but again, the clock. It is a menacing factor. But yeah, from 0-3 to 5-5. Really good stuff from Mike in the last couple of rounds. One of the main reasons why FaZe good stuff were able to put themselves up 4-2. But we talked largely about how good this collective team of Heartless Scientists looked in the first 2 days. And that collectiveness was enough to pay off there, just barely, for the 3v1. Trophy system. Wait, it's a field mic, just kidding. Try to hold my tongue there for a second. I don't know if that's a restricted item or not, as I'm trying to look through the rules just to be sure. But regardless, it will lead to, no, not the bomb going down. Now you're kind of wishing it was a trophy instead of a field mic, because Mike is able to find the kill, and that's actually bombed down. Paperboy has to pick it up to replant. There are players nearby, but they're both underneath him, so he will stay up. Is this a Groza that we're looking at? Yeah, it sure is.
Oh, okay. That's Groza. I mean, it's got a very fast rate of fire, as I'm aware of, and there you go. That's exactly why he gets that first kill against Brumper Big Sticks. Mike, though, with a trade. It leaves Paperboy looking for an ace in this round. Unfortunately, when you whiff shots like that, Alan, you ain't getting that kill.
Yeah, it may have been a mistake. Maybe he thought, because Paperboy was the one who placed it. He's been running the Krig, and I could have sworn that he's put trophies down before, but he makes a swap over to the Groza. I think he accidentally may have played on a field mic there. So we'll excuse it, as it didn't really affect the round really much whatsoever. But yeah, it's interesting. You know, we were talking about the top of the day. You know, what are we going to see weaponry-wise? I don't think we've seen the Groza come out to play at all yet, until just right then. So who knows? Maybe it's something that wants to change. Maybe not feeling that the long-range pressure is finding all that much success for Heartless Scientists, wanting to get a little bit more active and involved. Swapping to a weapon that has a slightly faster rate of fire. Not a terribly faster amount, but it's a slightly faster amount.
I feel like if you do that, though, if you're doing that because you want to get in those close quarter combat, right, I feel like you don't want that weapon. You want the MP5 or, you know, the AK-74. You just want a better weapon than that. Generally, the Groza isn't the best weapon in the world, but regardless, FaZe good stuff now, 1 round away from taking a win here in game number 1. The Heartless Scientists, they have some modicum of control over the mid-map. They've got 2 players over towards the plane. Doctor's going to be the one to spot out this push, if anybody at all. Actually, Matt. may have seen it. This bomb going down now. If they haven't seen it, they will have to move for it. Paperboy going to draw first blood. Big Stick's going to try and make his way out of the plane. Cookie Boy also going to fall, and now it's all on Mike here. 1 versus 3. If he can protect the bomb, it's a round for them, but absolutely cannot. And it's going to be a round for the Heartless Scientists.
Good stuff. Keeping the map alive here. Again, the 2-round differential, I think, will look more menacing than it's actually felt. You know, there have been a couple of convincing rounds, but for the most part, we've gone back and forth, and not just round for round, but also largely kill for kill. And here we go, back to the Krig for Paperboy. So it must have just been an accidental class swap that he maybe forgot that he didn't check his field upgrade there for a second, but pinches up Mike from behind, easy double, and a clean round for Heartless Scientists. And I'm not trying to say that they've played maybe a little less collective, that they were comparing it to days 1 and 2, but I would say more so for FaZe Good Stuff. They have really done nicely to kind of get together as a trio and work the map together. So a big difference in why they're in this lead at the moment, but for Heartless Scientists on this offense, need to try to get this one plus 1 more. They want to take this first map, otherwise we will go to map number 2 with FaZe Good Stuff up 1-0.
Heartless Scientists on the offense. They're going to find a way to take this bomb to one of these sites, get it down, and get that bomb site blown up to force a round 11. In previous rounds, they've had quite a bit of success, actually, of just pushing through the plane, getting it down over towards B. I think that's probably the bomb site you're going to have more success at, generally speaking, and at least I'd like to see that be Heartless Scientist's plan. Paperboy, that's so unfortunate. Goes for the double frag onto Mike. Ends in a team kill, and Matt's going to fall as well. FaZe Good Stuff take advantage of the situation that gets handed to them and end up winning game number 1, 6-4. Good stuff from the roster once again.
Yeah, the first couple of rounds, I think they were just trying to get their bearings straight, but once they did, everything was calibrated. They played really well all the way throughout. So, I mean, color me surprised. I was really hot on this Heartless Scientist team after our first 2 days, and I was thinking that FaZe Good Stuff, they would have to come out and really show us something new and different than what they had from the first 2 days, that they want a chance to compete, let alone beat these guys. And they've done exactly that. You know, those first couple of rounds, I was a little bit worried, right? Like, there was a couple of individual challenges. People weren't really helping each other. But then, over the span of the next 4 or 5 rounds, they got together. They played the map very nicely as a collective trio, and it allowed them to take that 2-round advantage, and that would eventually be the difference maker here for map number 1. So, yeah, great stuff, I'd say, overall for FaZe Good Stuff. Now for Heartless Scientists, as we have to move forward and take a look, again, they will be going to raid next. In this map, again, much more open, much more square, not a lot of angles that are going to be tightly covered as far as like, oh, you can hold this tight corner and not expect someone to be there. Everything is pretty straightforward. I mean, again, it's one of the core maps of Call of Duty, period, and getting it kind of remastered in a certain way here to bring it back into the mix for Cold War. It functions very differently from a lot of the other maps that we have in front of us, but I would say different in a good way compared to like maps like Checkmate and Garrison specifically.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a reason that Raid is considered the best Call of Duty map of all time. And, I mean, at least from a competitive standpoint, Raid is considered an all-time great. And again, there is a reason for that. It's just such a well-balanced map. I mean, particularly on Search and Destroy, which is, of course, the game mode that we're playing here. You know, you have a fair choice of bomb site, right? It's not like either one of the bomb sites is impossible to get through. As long as you play it properly as a team,
right,
you should be fine. And of course, I think the overall good thing about Raid, and this does apply generally speaking to Treyarch maps, is it adheres to what we call the classic 3-lane map design, right? There are 3 lanes. You know, you essentially automatically have a choice right after spawn to go down mid, to the left, or to the right. And for that reason, I mean, it's not like those are like boring by any means. Raid makes it super interesting. Like, there are various routes you can take inside those lanes. But it just, you know, that classic map design, and especially the way that Treyarch designed this map all the way back in 2012, it just, something about this map is so special.
Oh yeah, without question. So, let's take a look here. See what all unfolds for us. For Raid, it's going to be Cookie Boy with the bomb, looking initially at the B site, but will now turn back to the middle. Matt is nearby. Good shots from Cookie Boy. That's first blood. And Heartless Scientists, who are defensively stacked over to B, will have to consider how exactly they want to play through the middle of the map. And as they do, Paperboy also falls. So now it just comes down to Herb Doctor for a 1v3, and a defuse will also be required.
Brumper Big Six has this one down to a T. Good stuff from them once again. It's good stuff. Starting this one as they mean to go on. Again, remember, folks, best of threes here today. So, apart from that final, which will be best of 5. So, FaZe good stuff. If they win this, they get their third 2-0 victory straight. And they go on to the grand final to face the winner of Bojo Zazania and a triple threat.
That's going to be such a good game, dude.
It is. It is going to be such a good game. I'm very excited for that one. We know that those teams have quite a lot of composure. Whichever team wins this one out, it's going to have a worthy opponent in the grand final, regardless of whom it is. No, let's get back into this search and destroy here. FaZe good stuff. Starting this one 1-0. Now they're on the defense. They draw that first blood. Cookie Boy's going to be responsible for that. And now this leaves Heartless Scientists in a rather precarious position. They're all the way back in R. FaZe good stuff essentially have control over this bomb site. And now you can see Mike coming up through the open stairs to the mid. That's really going to shoehorn Heartless Scientists into R. And what a play from Mike as well to come from open steps and win both of those one-on-ones.
Look, FaZe good stuff again. Like, they're just playing the map really well. Like you mentioned, they essentially get Heartless Scientists trapped. And a lot of these kills in the middle of the map have dictated that exact situation. We saw it in round number 1. We're seeing it here in round number 2. And it's largely been on what that gunfight looks like in the middle. So will Heartless Scientists just give up the mid and just try to stack something? Or do you try to contest this with more numbers? I mean, you need to get a kill because right now it's been 2 flawless rounds for FaZe good stuff. And they've done it in sharing is caring fashion. Everybody with 2 kills so far. Careful,
team
Mike.
effort from FaZe good stuff. Yeah, careful. Yeah, we've seen this before. Was it Mike yesterday?
It was Mike yesterday.
Was yeah. Stay away from there, Mike. We need somebody to get a child rail in or something to make sure that Mike doesn't fall off there. For now, though, Cookie Boy attempting to make their way through the mid map. Also has the help of Brumper Bizsticks. Heartless Scientists, though, again, this is nice from them. I do like this. They've got some medium of map control. Matt needs to win this one-on-one, though, as Mike comes out from the open steps. Matt actually has... No, Matt? Yeah, Matt? Okay, Matt was actually staring at him. Mike actually manages to find his way through the mid. And now, of course, with a kill made over towards the A-bomb site, Cookie Boy has an open plan.
Matt will not just find 1, though. He takes down 2, so that does turn things into a 2v1 in favor of Heartless Scientists. One of the big problems we've had, though, with some of these squads is that they just are really slow for the retake, and, well, that's not going to be a problem this time. Herb Doctor from behind takes down Cookie Boy's top cutout. That will lead to a first successful round for Heartless Scientists as they will confirm the defuse.
Heartless Scientists getting their first round, although I don't feel that should have been their round. Great clutch from them to win that 2 versus 3, but, I mean, to be honest with you, Heartless Scientists, they actually lose that opening gunfight. They essentially, even off the back of that, they give up so much map control to FaZe good stuff, and those are the kind of problems that I think you do need to fix going forward. They really can make the difference, especially when this could be your last game of Search and Destroy in the tournament. So we'll see if they can fix those mistakes, as the Heartless Scientists now 2-1 down, need to find their way back into this game. Paperboy still looking for their first kill of the game as well. Look at this from Heartless Scientists. You can see them on the minimap going all the way over towards A. There's one player over there. It's going to be Mike on your screens. With the sniper rifle in hand, can they pop off here and get a clutch kill or 2? Unfortunately, Mike's just going to look at all the angles where Heartless Scientists are not. Look at this from Heartless Scientists as well. As a team, you can see Matt and Paperboy pushing all the way up open steps. And there's the sniper play coming in. Herb Doctor going to whiff against Mike. Heartless Scientists trying to find their way through kitchen.
Rumble to the knife he went. Maybe he thought he had a different secondary in play as he was struggling with the reload there for a moment. But Heartless Scientists take advantage. 3v1. Mike coming off the corner. 1v1 with Matt. Wins the first. Nice shots. But the bomb does get planted. And Paperboy watching from laundry. Herb Doctor right on top of the B site. And yeah, they're watching the correct angles right now. One watching the pinch, one watching the front. Just comes down to the timing here. As Mike is going to challenge up top. It's a field Mike, I believe, again, that may have just come down. Not going to make a difference, though. Mike finds the first. Herb Doctor playing for the trade, gets the kill. And how about the bounce back here for Heartless Scientists? 2-2 we go.
It seems like the rounds being won at the moment are just down to the fact that they're playing the map relatively well. Apart from that round number 3, which was a Heartless Scientist victory, where that was essentially just a clutch in a 2 versus 3. For the most part, Heartless Scientists there on the offense, I mean, they really did cut it quite well. They were approaching the A-bomb site. They sent 2 players up through the mid, managed to get control of Kitchen, and good rotation out of them as well, realizing that, well, you know, we're in a 3 versus 1. We may as well try and outsmart Mike while we're at it, and that's exactly what they did. So now 2-2, as you say, Alan. FaZe, good stuff. Have lost their lead. Now they need to try and earn it once again on the offense. From Big Sticks trying to go through Zed. Not to be for now, but doesn't have the support from Cookie Boy. Coming up the open steps. There's a couple of players to be dealt with inside Kitchen. And those are the players that you want to deal with if you want to get control of the A-bomb site.
Big challenge right here. Oh, the timing is so awkward. Paperboy was mantling through the window, but Cookie Boy didn't expect him to come through the window. So both players maybe caught a bit unawares. Will turn up in favor of Heartless Scientist initially, but there is going to be one trade. Big gunfight here. Brumpo Big sits with the slide shell. Okay, go get yourself some. Wins the 1v1 and now turns it down to Herb Doctor for a 1v2 situation. Bomb just outside the window. 35 seconds to play, and there's really not a reason to not go get this bomb and make a play with it. But they're taking their time. Brumpo to slide back and forth. 27 seconds to play. There's the bomb for Mike. They're going to make the challenge over to A. Herb Doctor, did he see anybody? It doesn't look like it. Now he knows there's one. Goes to the sniper rifle. Challenge will be there, but the shot just a bit wide as the bomb gets planted.
That was an important kill for Herb Doctor to make. It would have made this situation infinitely easier. Now, it's entirely the opposite. As Heartless Scientists, Herb Doctor going to have to make a 1 versus 2. They know exactly where he is, but do they know he's pushed up? That's the question. Herb Doctor going for this first kill. Gets it. Number 2 right in front. Herb Doctor takes the first shots, looking to finish it off. Mike walks away, swims away now. Herb Doctor's still hunting this kill ferociously.
Oh my goodness.
Does he know he's gone into Tiki? That's so unfortunate. Herb Doctor, he's going to turn around at the complete wrong time. Mike swims the hell out of there, wins that 1-on-1.
A little Dory right there. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. But, it's so tough. Tough gunfight. Backs right up into his opponent. FaZe good stuff, able to convert. Give themselves right back in the lead. 3-2 we go. And now it's down to what they could do defensively to see if they can put themselves right back in that 2-round differential, or can Heartless Scientists continue to be good offensively. They have gotten the bomb planted more often than not, but they're going over towards A, and Mike has the sniper rifle here. He's been good with it previously. Looking up top, finds the headshot. It was Matt down low, taking shots at him, never connected. He saw the back foot, but on the other side, Paperboy, he's able to find 1 kill, make it a second. So now it does just come down to Mike for what would have to be a 1v2 with 60 seconds to play.
Not seen him, gets the sniper shot. Unfortunately, it's only going to be a hit marker. Job done, though, for Heartless Scientists, realistically speaking here, as they do get control over the A-bomb site. Got to be careful, though. Mike now coming through the cutout. Matt, you're throwing utility at your teammate, mate. You know, I don't want to call anybody out, but that's your teammate. That's not going to help. Doesn't matter anyway. Paperboy is going to finish the round.
Yeah, this double in the middle of the map. Huge. Clean shots right there. And then just watching the pitch, there's Cookie Boy looking for the trade. Only gets 1 shot off. That's the whole reason why we're tied right there. That's actually a massive round. The difference between 4-2 and 3-3. Huge when it comes to the overall scheme of this map. Again, this is map number 2. Moscow would be the 3rd if we need it. And if Heartless Scientists can continue to find favor, we very well could be taking a trip.
Mike's not going to find anything looking at Tiki. If they drag scope themselves over towards the cutout, they will find Herb Doctor there. Through the mid-map phase, good stuff go, though. They want control of this kitchen. It is a power position. Matt, though, has all the power in this situation. Picks up that 2-piece looking for the other one. If he gets his kill on the Mike, it'll be disgusting. He won't. But Paperboy in with the trade, and that's a very quick round. All down to Matt, realistically. You're going to see it from his POV here. Again, those players coming straight through mid, and Matt has no problem dealing with them whatsoever.
Wow. Paperboy stepping up from 1-5 to 5-5. 4 straight kills for him. One of the reasons why Heartless Scientists have retaken the lead and stayed competitive really throughout this entirety of Raid. Mike is doing what he can to try to give his team an edge, but the 8-4, surprisingly, is not good enough, at least not as of yet. And how about the change? Remember that Mike was largely playing in the middle of the map. In the first couple of rounds that FaZe Good Stuff had a great start with. I'm a bit surprised to see him kind of not going back to that. Tough timing there for Cookie Boys as he comes out of top laundry. Matt's able to punish off the timing, and we have 60 seconds to see this 3v2 come to fruition in favor of Heartless Scientists. Bomb's starting to make a play as they're going to try to make their way over to B. Mike, good response, his 9th kill so far. And that's enough for Heartless Scientists to say, we're not interested in the B site. It's going to be Herb Doctor making a play over to A, where Brumpo Big Sticks will be here defensively.
Brumpo Big Sticks, good stuff. Picking up that kill, and now it's all down to Paperboy. Should be able to get this kill onto Brumpo. There it is. Now it comes down to a one-on-one. Paperboy has all the agency in this situation to go pick up that bomb. Wants to be a little bit more cautious than that. Now, is this going to be some bad quality time of Paperboy? Maybe. Oh, what a snap!
Wow.
What a snap from Paperboy. Comes flying out of the tiki, serves up a drink. Voila.
Oh, we don't even get to see it again with the addition of slow motion. That feels like we just been cheated.
That is, yeah. Slow motion makes everything better.
It really does.
I could drink a glass of water in slow motion, and it would make it feel epic. I'm not sure about that, but it would definitely make it feel less boring. Oh, I'm so disappointed we didn't get to see that in slow motion. Regardless, though, that 1 versus 1 clutch, Alan, means Heartless Scientists now 5-3 up.
Wow. Paperboy on 6 straight. Timing here is everything. Mike waiting in the window. Herb Doctor's nearby. Is he going to try to take a look here? Looks like he wants to, and he will. I don't know if Mike took a shot or not, but Cookie Boys will be here. Take advantage. And I hear a UAV again, and yeah.
Whose UAV is it? Whose UAV
it has
is
to
it?
be Paperboy's. He's got 6 in a row.
Yeah. Paperboy, come on, man. There are rules. You're breaking the rules.
Well, it's going to be just down to him. 2v1 situation for FaZe Good Stuff. Trying to work their way back in, extend this map a touch. Yeah, it's Paperboy's. He just used it.
I mean, to be fair, he has to be the one to defuse this bomb. So him being in this position is not. Yeah, he knows. He knows he used it. He's like, oh well, I used it. I'm not going to win this round. And
that's
good sportsmanship from
very
Paperboy.
gentlemanly of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gentlemanly of him. Words. What's the adverb for gentleman? Gentlemanly.
Yeah, I guess so. I think so. Yeah. I think you're right, Alan. Yes. Stand proud of yourself. Stand by what you mean.
All right, well, FaZe Good Stuff, a little bit of a lifeline again. It would have been interesting to see how that would have played out, even regardless of the UAV, because it came out after this kill onto Mike, I'm pretty positive. And even still, it was a 2v1 for FaZe Good Stuff. So,
yeah.
Not to say Paperboy wouldn't have been able to do it, because he's showcased that he absolutely can on the 7 kills in a row, but still, admirable for him to execute some competitive integrity there in the last round, and we will see round number 10. See if FaZe Good Stuff can win another one in a row.
The thing is for Paperboy as well, this is off the back of, I believe, a 1-5 start. So he's got 7 kills in a row, really bounced back in this game, and a real reason why Heartless Scientists have been able to surge later on in this one. FaZe Good Stuff though, draw first blood, Matt down for the count. That's an important gunfight to win. It would have given Heartless Scientists control of the B bomb site. Now they still have to get past Cookie Boy once again. And I like this play from Heartless Scientists. I do on paper. Unfortunately, in practice, they're rotating to a bomb site where FaZe Good Stuff are already set up. They have taken out Cookie Boy, though. And you can see on your minimap, Paperboy looking for this rotation, pre-firing up top to cut out. There's nobody there, buddy. And Herb Doctor now in a 1 versus 2. Still looking to go towards A. They win this one-on-one on the steps. This is possible, but Brumper Big Stick's going to win it, of course. And we're going to round 11.
Yeah, Herb Doctor was bottom side bedroom, and there were shots that obviously came out of Tiki from what I was imagining was Mike. And I think Paperboy thought the shots came out of top cutout, which is why he pre-fired it. And he just predicted and guessed incorrectly there. So round 11, we go. FaZe Good Stuff. If they take the map, they take the series, and they're going to the grand finals. Heartless Scientist. If they can find a way to secure it, we'll go to map 3 Moscow. Mike, you need to run a little faster if you want to burst through that glass there, brother.
Oh. Good attempt from Renade. Brumper Big Sticks, though. Gonna survive it. And the worst bit about that is for the Heartless Scientists is they throw that nade out, it doesn't even get a tag. So they have no idea that Brother Big Sticks is there unless they threw it because they knew he was. Of course, we don't know that. Cookie Boys, though, going to pick up that first gunfight against Paperboy. Good first blood to draw. Worst possible situation. Heartless Scientists. They were 5-3 up here in Search and Destroy, Alan. Now in a 2 versus 3. To stop a 3-round comeback from FaZe. Good stuff. What a kill from Cookie Boy. The perfect time to go off would be now. Looking for an ace to close out this game of Search and Destroy. And they find it. FaZe, good stuff. 3 rounds on the bounce, Alan. They close it out in round 11, and they are going to be one of our finalists here in the UK Agency Showdown.
Yeah, big play here from Cookie, just holding on to the fan. Very common spot, and he's showcasing exactly why. So favorable to sit in that position and try to just lock down anybody that tries to walk up towards the outside of Spiral. Yeah, really, really good stuff there. Allowing them to get, again, full kill feed in their favor, and it's just really good stuff there to get them into that grand final. So they'll be the first ones in here, Brody, and now it just comes down to who will meet them on that battlefield, as we've got to deal with our other semifinal here in the next couple of moments.
Who will meet them? That is the big question. Our candidates are Bojo's Lasagna and Triple Threat. This is the game that you have been waiting for, Alan. I do know that much. This is the one that
should be good.
Is going to be super interesting. We know that these two teams have a ton of composure. It's going to be great. Let's just very quickly, though, talk about FaZe Good Stuff and the Heartless Scientists, that particular matchup. So, I mean, it's unfortunate in a way because I think the Heartless Scientists, they didn't make that many mistakes. It was just, you know, those clutch gunfights, those clutch situations coming through from FaZe Good Stuff really did make the difference. And there's a lot of what ifs as well. I mean, I know this is always the case with Search and Destroy, but what if that UAV wasn't popped? What if Paperboy was able to win a 1 versus 3, right? I mean, that would have been game over. We would have been looking at a game 3 here in the semi-final. Finest of margins, again, Heartless Scientists. They definitely did have heart, as we learned in that semi-final, but unfortunately, they're not able to beat out FaZe Good Stuff. This roster is looking tasty, Alan.
Yeah, very much so is. I mean, again, one of the big things, I was feeling a lot more favor towards Heartless Scientists based on what we saw in the first 2 days, and what was going to be required of this squad of FaZe Good Stuff was to play more collectively as a squad, and they absolutely did that. And they were able to, while doing that, being able to shut down some of the big players. I mean, Paperboy, you saw what he's able to do, 7 kills in a row, but when it matters and he gets taken out first, Heartless Scientists are put into a pretty trepidatious situation. So, yeah, very dangerous indeed. So now as we take a look over to what we've got coming up next, again, Bojo's Lasagna and for the side of Triple Threat, both have executed and showcased not just individual prowess, but collectively, they've played very, very well through the first 2 days. So we should be up for a good one here. If not, I think both of us have maybe a little bit of leaning favor to Bojo's Lasagna, maybe just because of their name and now logo, but definitely not to take anything away from Triple Threat, who, like we mentioned, they've played very, very well throughout their first 2 matches, even though their opponents may not have been necessarily as individually difficult, like against Bojo's Lasagna versus Axis yesterday, even though it was only 2 maps. Both were really, really close.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say, though, for Triple Threat yesterday, it's not like they had a breeze by any means, right? I mean, that game number 1, they lost. I think it was 6-1 to Paid Search and Destroy or something like that. It was, they got demolished. They were not working as a team at all. It showed in their gameplay over in Moscow Search and Destroy. Then, of course, they had the composure to come back and win it in game number 3. I'm not sure if the map selection helped them, of course, because last night we did actually have to go towards Miami for map number 2. I'm not sure what the map was that wasn't working for whatever reason, but they proved themselves really, really proficient with the sniper rifles for Miami Search and Destroy. Looking at our map set for today, of course, Checkmate, Raid, and Moscow. I'm not really sure how many of those actually do favor sniper play. I'm sure Checkmate is probably the biggest one out of the 3. There are definitely spots over on Raid and Moscow, but for sure, Checkmate is where you're likely going to see that sniper play come out from Triple Threat once again. Yep,
very well could be the case, and I'm not sure how far away we are from getting into that lobby, but remember that it is going to be the same map set is where I'm trying to get to. So
yes,
we've seen these teams play both of these maps before. I mean, at this point, we've actually ran through the entirety of the 5 map set in one form or another. Now, if teams have played Miami is a question, simply because it was a map 3 and we only saw it once yesterday, and that was only because of some issues trying to get into Raid for what was supposed to be map number 2. And yeah, that's about it. Everything else has been the first 2 maps. We've gone through 4 to 5 maps so far as a requirement. And some players obviously have seen that potential map 5, but it'll be interesting because Miami will be map number 2 for the grand finals, as we mentioned, which will be a best of 5. So we will have to play it at some point in time, and we'll just kind of see if these teams can handle that much larger, more chaotic map in 3v3.
Yeah, for sure. As you said, right, we've seen it once. We know how it plays. I think if you are a team going to Miami, I believe it is going to be in our 5. I mean, we have to actually have it in our 5 maps for the grand final, of course, if it isn't a 3-0 or a 3-1. But, I think, for teams, to the finalists here, the advice I'd give is if you are going into Miami is you need to be good for sniper rifle. I know we can touch upon this all day, but there are so many positions, post pump positions, specifically relating to, I want to say it's the B bomb site that's over in the alley. Probably going to be wrong now I said that. You can essentially get on what we call like the half wall over by the docks and just literally sit there. You could probably do it with an AR2 and have almost the same amount of success with a sniper rifle, just given how much of a damage buff snipers have in this game. You can sit on that half wall and just pre-aim the bomb site with a sniper rifle, and especially given the fact that Lawbreaker here in this rule set isn't BAT or G8, and you do see people running overkill, there is no disadvantage to running a sniper rifle and working that kind of gunplay on Miami. You can also have an SMG and AR in your back pocket as well, probably the former, obviously, just to get some speed going. So for sure, yeah, a sniper rifle play on Miami is what I would say you need to be good at, and that really is going to separate teams when it comes to that map in our finals. Because again, it is going to be there.
Well, we are waiting in the lobby to get set up, so we'll just head to a small pause right now. We'll come back in as soon as map number 1 is ready for our second semifinals. Don't go too far. More Agency Showdown after this.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Activision Blizzard Media UK Agency Showdown here. We're about ready to get into our second semi-final of the day, Bojo's Lasagna versus Triple Threat. And if you're just joining us on the stream, my name's Infinity. I'm joined by I Hold Shift for this one. Alan, we just had a great first semi-final. We're very excited to get right into the action with our second.
Yeah, I'm expecting a good one here. I mean, Triple Threat, they played really, really well during playing up against Paid Search and Destroy. Again, we expected that matchup to be good, and it went all the way to 3, in which it was actually map 2 and map 3 that Triple Threat were able to take. But on the other side, for Zax's Wave Runner going up against the power of Bojo's Lasagna, that was an electric matchup because all 6 players, I think, were collectively some of the best 6 players that we have overall in the tournament. So this is going to be no easy feat for Triple Threat because I think, both of us are looking at Bojo's Lasagna with some pretty heavy favor. But what we've kind of taken over the last first 2 days is that consistency could be a problem for some squads, or it could be, our first day was actually our worst day. And maybe we're starting to see the actual realization of how good some of these squads are through day number 2. And again, for FaZe, good stuff in that last matchup. I think we kind of expected Heartless Scientists off initial reactions to probably be the better team, but not the case. They lost in 2 maps. So maybe there's another surprise here for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe there is. I'm really excited to get into this one, of course. We do love the logos, and you guys are about to see exactly why for everybody in the UK. This is the beauty, actually. I can make UK references, and they won't be lost on people. For everyone in the UK, you'll love the logo for Boja's Designer. It's just so fun. And yeah, overall, let's just talk about our rosters here then very quickly. We've got Forehead, Lana, and Cam Armstrong for Bojo's Lasagna, and Mac Mills, Wildo, and Gasman Ando for a triple threat. And you know, aptly pointed out the fact that all 6 players across the board here, you know, can have their moments. You know, over the course of day number 1, I was highlighting Forehead for Bojo Desanya and their matchup.
Right.
Then yesterday it was Lana that turned up. Again, if you've got that variety, if you've really got that ability to, as a roster, still individually, but as a roster, you know, all 3 players across the board, if they can step up to the plate at a variety of moments, it is going to mean that your team is Agency Showdown winning material. And again, it can make all the difference.
Yeah.
So we shall see. For triple threat, I think yesterday specifically, I think when it came to game number 1, Mac Mills was the only one who turned up. The other 2, Wildo and Gasman Ando, just didn't have a good game 1. They didn't. It's as simple as that. But when they stepped things up in game number 2 and 3, that is when they came out and they started winning, and then of course forced to game 3 and ended up winning that one as well. So for sure, I'm super excited to see sort of which players are able to step up here for the semi-final.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah, because it's, you know, we kind of put our players in a little bit of a blender when it comes down to, oh yeah, all of our MVP nominees, yeah, they're looking pretty good. Then not a single one of them have gotten through. So maybe we're also kind of cast or cursing a touch here, as it looks like Lana was not quite able to join in time. I don't know if they have their correct lobby settings set up. You know, there should be a 10-second map preview and then a 10-second round preview as well. That could help try to get some of those PS4 and Xbox players into the lobbies. Yeah, but I think at large, looking at just each side of the UI there for who was playing for which teams. Yeah, Bojo's Lasagna, we had individual pop-up moments for all 3 of them, whereas for Triple Threat, yeah, they were able to get paid, past paid Search and Destroy, but it took all 3 players to do just that. So will that collective force be able to go up against some of the individual prowess that we have from Bojo's Lasagna is really the question.
Yeah, and sort of beyond that as well, right? It isn't just the other team here to go through. They do have to go through FaZe Good Stuff in the grand final, which is going to be super interesting. So yeah, there is quite a lot to talk about here with these 2 teams. I'm just super excited to get into this game of Search and Destroy. And while we have your attention, just make sure, guys, that you follow along with everything that's happened here today at the Agency Showdown with the hashtag Agency Showdown on Twitter. You make sure you follow at ABMedia as well on Twitter, and of course make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we'll be having more of these Agency Showdowns in the future, and you do not want to miss any of that. So subscribe to the channel, you'll be notified when this channel does go live with some lovely esports content. So yeah, was it Checkmate Search and Destroy to kick things off? Again, this is going to be the battleground for sniper rifles. That's what we're looking for here in game number 1.
Indeed. Just waiting for the lobby to get restarted. We've got North America coming up in a couple of weeks. So yeah, definitely want to subscribe, follow along. And it looks like all of us are indeed in this time. So it's going to be Bojo's Lasagna on the offense. Forehead from day number 1 really wreaked havoc on this map. Didn't get a chance to see it yesterday. So we'll see if he can kind of pick up where he left off from the first day of action. Lana on the way in. Easy timing there on the Mac. Wildo, meanwhile, other side of the map, will find 1 and a second. Cam not able to lock down the shot, so now Lana is going to be required for a 1v2 and find all 3 kills.
What can Lana do here? They had such a great game yesterday versus Paid Search and Destroy. Oh, sorry, not Paid Search and Destroy. Zaxis Wavemaker. Getting my teams mixed up. Lana going for the 1 versus 3 though. Unfortunately, not able to close that one out.
Hard position to be in, but Wildo on the pinch is good for 1. Knows the second is nearby. Tough gunfight for both players. Cam maybe needed to keep his feet on the ground a little bit more there, as he only found 1 shot to connect. So a good start for Triple Threat. 2 kills from Wildo, allowing them to get a chance to get in and find the first round.
Bojo's Lasagna here. Looking for a round on the board on the defense. It's a lot easier, of course, to win them on the defense, but you need to make sure you get control of that plane, and that's exactly what Triple Threat are doing at the moment. They're sending the bomb through the middle, although Wildo is technically on their own at the moment. So if Wildo goes first here, this could be a free kill for Alana to pick up, and then the bomb will be down, and that will be an infinitely easier situation for Bojo Zazania to manage. What happens here? Wildo pushing first, and there it is. Lana gets that first spud. However, I don't believe they realize this bomb is down.
I'd be hard-pressed, I think, to recognize that. But they do have some pretty good control over what could potentially happen in the plane forehead, able to find himself his first kill, leaving things just down to Mac, who will find the trade onto forehead and will back away, keep his life. It's an AK-47 sniper combo. Shots decent, but not good enough for the kill. Secondary gunfight, good. Mac, sniper rifle, are you crazy? Sure are. Takes use of it and triple threat. What a start they've been on. Heck of a play from Mac. A little bit of a quick scope at the end.
You can see that play happening from a mile off, and here it is again for those of you that missed it the first time. Mac Mills picking up all three in your best play of the round. That AK-47 just is disgusting.
That's impressive. Good stuff from Mac. Add it to the montage. Put it in the highlight reel.
Well, it's going to be triple threat now, 2-0 up after that clutch up. Definitely going to change the momentum in the triple threat camp for sure. Great early start from them. Bojo Zazania now looking for this push through the plane again. We said this is such a power position. They've got through completely unharmed. Even better now, Alan. Lana takes down Mac Mills. That's the star player for triple threat. Down for the count, and now Gasmanando and Wildo somehow have to clutch us up in a horrible position because you know how hard this plane is to take.
Yeah, Wildo, he looked good in that initial pinch. Gasmanando also looked good a couple of days previously, but nobody checks the right. Lana's going to find the first kill. Wildo will also meet the same fate. So Bojo Zazania gets on the board just watching a corner, holding tight, and these little slow peaks, again, you feel like you're a lot safer than you actually are because being crouched up and moving slowly, your opponents are going to see you before you see them, just by weapons poking through or your shoulders coming out, so tough situation, but Lana finds all three, goes to 6-2, hard carrying so far for Bojo Zazania.
Same kind of situation as yesterday, really. I mean, not to say that the rest of the squad and Bojo Zazania didn't play their part, but Lana definitely was the key player yesterday, and they most certainly seem to be playing the same kind of role today. It's triple threat now. Moving forward on the offense. They've chosen the A-bomb site as the site of attack. Wildo with a sniper rifle looking for a player to peek. Now, Cam would be the closest option. Unfortunately, though, for Wildo, I very much doubt Cam is actually going to push out of that yellow container.
Well, who knows? Kind of hard to say. I mean, our normal mindset as far as what is a good challenge versus what's not might not really be a consideration for some of these players.
That's true.
In a normal world, yeah, you just would never need to push out of this container, but it will be a subtext to force him back into tools. Wildo is still pushing forward, not planting the bomb yet, as you've got Gasmanando hitting a flank through the top side of tube. That'll be an easy kill for him, and that should lead to a bomb planted A with 30 seconds to go.
Great systematic push. Really good stuff there from Triple Threat. They recognize where Cam was. They recognize that's a position they needed to take out of the equation, and they do it. And that's really good overall from Triple Threat. Puts them in a great position to defend this bomb site. Unfortunately, though, Mac Mills is going to go down. Wildo almost suffers the same fate. Bojo Zazania looking for the retake on this bomb site. Wildo, Lana looking for these kills. Lana going to lose that gunfight versus Wildo. Now it's forehead 1 versus 2 for the retake. Quick 6 in hand, does get the first kill, looks for the second, knows exactly where they are as well because of the call out from Lana. Actually, Forehead just going to jump on straight in the fuse. Jolly not! No way does Forehead get that kill, runs out of bullets. Woo!
Oh,
for a second
man.
there, that would have been embarrassing.
This is... Hey man, I told you, Wildo, holding his own. Doing pretty darn well, man. And again, another instance where we came in with some favor for one side, but it's the collective force of the opposite that's really kind of winning the day so far. And Mac was one of the top performers playing up against Paid Search and Destroy yesterday. He's done well to stay 3-3, but Wildo fulfilling a role. Gasmanando able to find a couple of kills as well. That's just collectively better than the 6-3 out of Lana.
Zazania just really struggling here, and you know, I've got to imagine a part of that is because a player just hasn't turned up for these first 4 rounds. 0 kills from Cam Armstrong. They can start to step things up. Bojo Zazania might be in a much better position. Triple threat on the defense, though. No, they don't need to do anything here. They have a player inside playing, but this position could change everything as Forehead goes for the kill on a Mac Mills, does get it. And now that will leave Wildo in a rather troublesome position round the back of the plane. They could well do something here as Lana entries for it. Great entry kill from Lana to the plane. Gasmanando now needs to clutch up here. 1 versus 3 on the plate. Goes for those shots prematurely. Trying to shoot through the wall. Would have been nice. I think actually might be a stick from Gasmanando. Nope,
off.
it's not to be. Little off. Bojo Zazania going to work that.
NT. Now, Wildo, Lana, top 2 performers meeting very early on in this round. See the outcome right there. Ends up allowing Bojo's Lasagna to get their second round up. Just down 1 now. See if they can kind of use this momentum or something of the nature to see if they can find some success defensively. Triple threat, as we mentioned, has been doing pretty nice over towards this A bomb site, getting the bomb down almost every single attack so far. Would love to see that continue. I think Forehead sees the cross there. Yeah, I should have. Cam.
Okay.
Ooh, careful. Yeah, Forehead does get the kill on the Mac. Gaspanando, though, able to kind of respond with a sniper rifle on the cross. It looked like that was either from the backside of the stairs or up towards the wing. Kind of hard to tell. But regardless, 2v2 we go.
Wildo with this bomb. I mean, in this position, that he doesn't realize it just yet, but that A-bomb site is entirely open for them to make that move over. So really, it's just a case of now actually executing the plan. Bojo Zazania have left that bomb site open. And in the length of time that Triple Threat are actually taking to get this bomb down, this could well be a clutch situation from Bojo Zazania. There it is. First kill goes the way of Forehead. Cam Armstrong also might have eyes on Wildo here. From that position, yeah, I think they do. Forehead going for this kill. Surely going to kill Wildo. There it is. Throws out Semtex first for good luck. Bojo Zazania pick it up again off the mistakes of Triple Threat. If you're in that position, you're in a 2 versus 3, honestly, the best thing you can do is just push something. Sitting around waiting for your opposition who are in a better position to push, it's not going to happen.
Forehead? Apparently
Hello?
doesn't, okay, maybe considering what loadout he wanted to use for a second there. He is on 5 in a row to tie this game up 3-3. Wildo, again, triple threat, putting a lot of pressure right onto the top of this bomb site. Forehead, try to maybe assist. Maybe not. Backs away. Opening shots into Cam, puts it down to literally 1 HP. And goodness, actually, if he doesn't get a little bit of that regen, the stun would have killed him. So fortunate that he got a little bit of regen. Flank from behind. Hello, Rana. There's literally stepped on top of a player below. And that's what, 4 rounds in a row for Bojo's Lasagna? 3? 4
Yep,
of the last
3 rounds in a row.
Yeah, 4. Okay, cool. 4 out of the last 5 for sure. So good turnaround.
They've stepped things up as a roster. Overall, I'm quite interested to see how many kills Cam... Okay, so I was going to say, I'm interested to see how many kills Cam has. This tells me, from the number being 0, that Forehead and Lana are just dominating this game
9 and
from
3,
a
9
kill
and 4. Yeah.
Yep. They've really stepped things up over the course of the last few rounds. They found an extra gear. They've shifted into it. Triple threat seem to be left in the dust at the moment. 4-3 down now. 3 rounds on the bounce for Bojo Zazania. Lana in a great position here to pounce onto triple threat. As soon as this bomb goes down, this should be an easy call for Lana to make. I mean, if they go for it. Forehead on the flank. That's a great position from Mac Wheels. Realize the flank may be going through Gasman. Checking the bomb. No one's going to be on that. And now it's all down to Mac Mills. Of course, they know exactly where Mac Mills is from the earlier kill.
Good
so
call.
Lana should just going to jump on this defuse. And that is a great call from Bojo Zazania. They know where Mac Mills is from the earlier death of their teammate. Jump straight on the bomb because they just know that Mac Mills isn't going to get there in time.
Yeah, I hesitated saying it in the first 2 days. We kind of brought it up yesterday. At a certain point, just hop the bomb. You know what I mean? Like that. It's not like an advanced mechanic. Like, okay, we don't have to play for every kill before we defuse. You can. It's allowed to hop the bomb before you get every single kill. So when you're in these 2v1 situations and you know where the last player is, far away from the bomb, and we know largely that a lot of these players are not going to immediately challenge the post play, right? They like to play their lives maybe longer than they should. Just hop the bomb. And that's really a heads-up play from Lana. And the adjustment from Bojo's Lasagna overall has been great, mostly just for Forehead and Lana, obviously. They collectively are at 20 kills to the 14 of Triple Threat. And again, they've put together 5 wins in the last 6 rounds.
Sure. Bojo's Lasagna just looking better at the moment. Cam hasn't even had a look in as well, which is almost funny at this point. Cam, come on, turn up, get that kill. Yes, he does. GG's. Bojo's Lasagna kicked things off with a 1-0 start, 5 rounds in a row. And Hugh for Cam Armstrong to close the lid on this game with that 1v1 against Wildo.
Yeah, that's perfect time to get your first kill, right? That out of those last 7 rounds, getting those 6-round wins, that's what we've kind of come to expect more from Bojo's Lasagna. So a really tough start for them, but that's what we expected to see. Was them playing a little bit more collective, a little bit more fast-paced, kind of getting under the bomb to defuse, planning it early. That's how they kind of got their way past Axis yesterday. So maybe a little bit of warming up that needed to happen for these guys getting into this matchup, and that was an opportunity for the side of Triple Threat to take a little bit of an early advantage. But yeah, good stuff. What we expect to see here from what we saw from Bojo's Lasagna in the first 2 days?
Honestly, they didn't start well, though. I will say that much. Triple Threat were playing a lot better. They were getting themselves in much better positions than Bojo's Lasagna were. But as soon as Bojo's Lasagna started to, individually speaking, make some clutch plays, start to push forward and win those first few gunfights, I don't ever feel like Triple Threat were really in any of the rounds, to be honest with you. I mean, they made the right plays in most opportunities. But to be honest with you, yeah, there were just a few problems, I think, for Triple Threat in the later rounds where they couldn't really adapt to what Bojo's Lasagna were doing. So great stuff from the ladder there. Bojo's Lasagna going to be 1-0 up now in this series. And because we're still on best of 3s here all the way through our semi-finals, of course, our finals will be best of 5. If they win the next round, they will be facing FaZe Good Stuff for the title of Agency Showdown champions. And just like that, we're magically into Raid, Search, and Destroy for game number 2.
All right, Lana, can they keep the hot hand here? Not going to see anybody cross initially, but this is going to be a play towards B. The smoke is down. Cam is going to be the one trusted with the OBJ. And careful here. They're going to make a play forward. And timing is actually really nice. Finds the first kill. Lana the second. Body's already dead, Cam. Just you can hop on out. It's all right. Wildo will find the trade, and it's now going to be 2 more kills for them. Gets caught with the Semtex. Bojo's Lasagna, a quick first round.
That was very quick. I think that was, 22nd round there from them? So, super fast one. As those A hits always are.
And that aggression stay up.
I mean, yeah, that's the question, isn't it, right? Can this aggression stay up? Because if you keep on hitting them like this, Triple Threat gonna be, I guess, in trouble. This is the problem. This is what they couldn't deal with over in our last game on Checkmate, was this aggression, right? It kept on hitting them like a shovel in the face, and they never really seemed to get up from that. And once again here, I mean, Forehead, this is on the defense, mind you, right? Runs straight through mid, pushes through art, gets the kill, and now it's Wildo in a 1 versus 3, completely gormless. What do we do in this situation, Wildo says as he talks to himself.
Not much you can do, except for just go for it. The more time that ticks off the clock, the worse your chances. There you go. There's one. Also saw the second, and those are actually 2 players that are rotating out of B, so you just need to hit B right now. But we'll stay to spawn instead. 35 seconds on the clock. Gotta go. Gotta make a play.
What play do you make in this situation? I mean, Wildo, that's 25 seconds on the clock here. Oh, dearie me. Will they... Looking for this play. Does cross the mid-map. Forehead, though, now knows where they are. It should be around Bojo Zazania, short of something spectacular. And there it is, the jump out from Forehead. And round number 2 goes the way of Bojo Zazania.
They've warmed up here, Brody. Again, good shots from Lana. Cam pushing through, got another. So, hey, not bad. Not bad at all. 3 in a row for Lana, or pardon me, 2 in a row for Lana, 3 in a row for Forehead. No kills for Mac, Mills, or Gasman. That's going to have to change. I mean, Mac, I want to say, was it yesterday we watched him play on this map, and he looked good, I think, if I'm remembering that correctly.
I think you are. I think you are. Remember that correctly.
Well, what are the 2 maps that we saw? The 3 maps that we saw him play.
He played very well.
Oh
in
no,
Moscow.
they didn't play right. It was Moscow that we saw him play.
Moscow was, well, I don't know if it was additionally, but yeah, Moscow is the map that I do remember vividly. Mac Mills having a great game on it. Was the aggression where realistically they were outplaying their opponent, and that's actually going to be the downfall of Triple Threat here, is that the very aggression where Mac Mills was coming at, their opposition yesterday, now they can't handle it against Bojo Zazania, and it's just good. And I really like this from them here. They've actually recognized that that is the play, and again, it's that deep level of strategy that really does separate the teams at this level of the game. It's, well, we recognize that we just need to run at you, essentially, and you're not going to be ready for that. And Triple Threat still haven't realized that that's exactly what Bojo Zazania are doing. And if you do realize, right, I mean, if you think, right, this team is clearly just running us, sit back, stop pushing them, because they are going to win those gunfights.
Slow round here. And it's going to be Triple Threat just kind of take a lay of the land. Wildo's going to get aggressive. Forehead almost gets the snapper, but the AK-47 too strong for him there. Lana looking for the trade. Nice push through. One more. Nope, drop shot for Mac. Again, he's that one guy we talked about yesterday. He prefers to get those drop shots in. So now it's just down to Cam. He's on 2 kills in a row. It'd have to be 4 if they wanted to go up 4-0 here.
Now's the time for Cam to start to step things up, of course. He only got 1 kill last game. He's gonna just be sitting in mid at the moment. May just be about to come across Gasman. Goes for all of these shots, misses pretty much all of them. Goes for a number 2. Gasman Ando gonna finish that kill off with ease as well. And it is gonna be Triple Threat here. Picking up a round for the first time. Gasman Ando initially aiming at the floor. Able to get the kill in the end.
Drop shot, baby!
Is that a Love Shack reference?
It sure was!
I hate you. Do you have any idea? I must have mentioned this to you before, but I hate that song with a passion.
Why though?
So,
it's such a jam!
So the reason I hate it passionately is because before I was a caster, I used to work as an events, I worked at events running like stalls and stuff like that, right? So that's what I did as my part-time job when I was a kid. Or not a kid, but a teenager.
So you're still a kid.
Well, I'm 21, right? I'm an adult now, Alan. I make my own breakfast.
Nice,
anyway,
dude, proud of you.
I once worked an event where it was like a party, and that was a song that was played. I was at this event for hours.
Oh, and it just was on like a 5-song loop.
This song came on, I am convinced, about 16 times during the space of, I'd say, about 8 hours overall. How can you play a song 16 times in the space of 8 hours and still enjoy the song?
It's the Love Shack, baby.
I wasn't getting paid enough. That's all I'm saying, right? That song, every time I go to bed, I have to do like a sort of a count to 10 to get the Love Shack song out of my head. It's like PTSD for a Love Shack.
Okay.
Don't sing it, Alan.
I've
I will murder you.
I've always felt that people that work in like on the floor of like retail stores deserve to earn more than they do because they have to listen to the same 5 songs in an hour loop like for 8 hours straight.
Aggressively as well. So loud, depending on that's like a strategy, isn't it?
Well, it's
they like play the music really loudly.
I remember I think I was like in high school or college. We were watching a movie that it's like they were trying to torture people by just playing the same song on a loop, and I was like, I feel like that would not drive me crazy. And then I worked in a retail store for like 3 months, and they played the same 5 songs on a loop, and I was like, okay, no, that would actually drive me up the wall.
Yep. Now you know why I hate Love Shack, Alan. So,
That's fair, dude.
Yeah.
But still quality, at least quality meme song at best.
Yes, yeah. If you ever want to really annoy me, you know how you can do it now, to be fair.
Noted.
Oh god, I should not have let you know about that one.
This is an advantage I'm going to be able to take into any future cast we do.
Oh dear. Anyway, back to the game, away from the terror of Love Shack, as Gasman Ando in a 1 versus 2. Relatively terrifying situation for themselves here, as they now got to win a 1v2 to get another round on the board here. Bojo Zazania have looked good in this search and destroy so far. 4-1. Now make it 5-1 unless they want to let the defuse go. No, they're not. Of course they're not. They're going to get this round, and we'll be on match point now. Just 1 search and destroy round away from guaranteeing their place in the final versus FaZe Good Stuff.
Bottom shot is hitting hard today, brother. Slap City with this Krieg, 7-1, Forehead 6-1, and yeah, this is the Bojo's lasagna that I think we expected coming into the day. I mean, what, it was 7 out of the final 6 rounds, or 6 out of the final 7 rounds that they took in the checkmate. And here again, it's looking to be almost the exact same, so they could be 12 out of 14 rounds won if they take this one right here. Dangerous, to say the least. Especially for FaZe Good Stuff, who, if they're watching, taking notes, Lana is a force. I think he saw Wildo do his leftover here. Now he definitely sees him. Stuck in a corner, easy second kill. So that's going to be the bomb planted, and likely it's going to be a 6-1 here for Bojo's Lasagna, unless Matt can find some heat. He's been cold so far, just 1-5.
An ecstasy fill around for Lana. 2 kills here, looking for the last one, and I believe that was them who gets it. Ooh, yeah. Bojo's Lasagna. Who would have thought that Lana would be so good at taking some shots here? Gets the second kill onto Will, though. And then, of course, the later kill onto Mac Mill. So, Alan, just like that, we have our finalists. Bojo's Lasagna. They go through 2-0. And now they go head-to-head with FaZe Good Stuff. Ooh, this is going to be one hell of a final.
Should be pretty decent. Again, it goes to best of 5. We will for sure see Miami as well. So that is what's going to be on the table here. But I imagine we need to get the lobby set up and everything like that, as it looks like we're just going to need to get all 6 players in. We should just be immediately able to start. So, yeah, I'm just going to take a look here at the map set really quickly. It's going to be Garrison first and foremost, and then a Miami and a Moscow for maps 2 and 3. So we'll see at least those 3 maps. And then if we need to go to 4 and 5, it would be Raid and Checkmate to close things out. So a little bit of variety here. I mean, it's all 5 maps, right? I mean, there's only 5 search and destroy maps in the CDL playlist, but we will kind of see all 5 maps in some form because we started with Checkmate and Raid. We didn't get a chance to see Moscow, so now we see Garrison, Miami, Moscow confirmed. So a little bit of a lay of the land as far as if you've never watched Search and Destroy before and you're looking to get ready for the CDL or challengers as it starts to come up this next week before we get to Valentine's Day and the likes. So hopefully that will build some familiarity for all of you at home or at the office that are tuning in.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's our bracket then to show you guys exactly how everything has broken down over the course of the last 3 days of action, how it all came down to our last 2 teams. So let's first talk about FaZe Good Stuff then. 2 zeros all the way through for this roster. First up against 33% Professional in round 1. Then, of course, the quarterfinal against Zenith. And then, as we saw earlier on, the 2-0 versus the Heartless Scientists. And then for Bojo's Lasagna, on the other side of the bracket, 2-0s also versus Mug, Zaxis Wavemaker, and now Triple Threat. And it all comes down to this final matchup, FaZe Good Stuff versus Bojo's Lasagna, which I will never tire of saying. It's going to be an awesome matchup, Alan. That is for sure. Let's take a look at our players then. We've got Mike, Brump Big Sticks, and Cookie Boy for FaZe Good Stuff. And then for Bojo's Lasagna, Forehead, Lana, and Cam. All great players across the board. Honestly, this is just going to be a super explosive matchup, and it's a best of 5, so we won't be done in 2. We might well be done in 3, which isn't that much more impressive, but we definitely have an option here to go to game. We could have a game 5 round 11, Alan, in the agency showdown. How cool would that be?
That could be. It's just, I think the big question here for FaZe Good Stuff, they did a good job shutting down Paperboy in their first semifinals, but now you have to shut down both Lana and Forehead. They both just went on absolute tears in those last 14 rounds collectively between the first 2 maps. So that's going to be a requirement for them. Not sure on our lobby status here as far as how things are going. It looks like we are starting to get things hosted up, so it shouldn't be too much longer before we get on. Beyond that, we're going to crown champion here in likely about the next hour or so. So that'll be fun. That'll be cool. And then what is it? I don't remember the dates off the top of my head, but we got North America. I don't think it's next week, is it? It's the week after, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it's the week after.
Okay.
We should know, but we don't.
I thought I had it in my calendar. I thought I had it in my. Oh, there it is.
Actually.
Yeah, no, it is. It's February 22nd through potentially the 26th, depending on signups. So not 1 week, but it's actually a 2-week break before we come back.
February 22nd is what we've been told. There you go. So it's going to be awesome for that. And I'm very excited to see how the US agencies get on, because of course the UK, it's just been a thrilling tournament. I will say right off the bat, not to lower the excitement for the US tournament any means, but obviously the UK tournament has better names, it has better banter because it's the UK.
Oh, the gameplay's been better. I'll say it. I'll be the first one to say it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I think the UK, it's filled to the brim with talent. Both in playing and in production and casting. So I'm just kidding. By the way, I don't often gas myself up, so I won't do it here. But yeah, so it's been an exciting UK agency showdown. Although I am very excited for the US one again to see what the everybody on the other side of the giant big pond can do over there, because of course the first couple of agency showdowns were really awesome to cast. So we're very excited for that. Make sure you tune in once again, Feb 22nd. Of course, that one will be more akin to US times. So all the enjoyment that I've got out of not staying up till 2 or 3 in my time to cast those, it's gone. Alan's had to wake up early every day for this. It's been so fun seeing Alan early in the morning.
It's not been too early. This is, I've been trying to, like I was mentioning, I think on the first day, I'm trying to flip my sleep schedule to be a little bit more in tune with a more positive work day, because like the esports casting guy, we usually don't start casting till like for instance, like college COD, we don't start till 8, and then we don't get done until like 1 o'clock in the morning at times. And like, I don't know about you, but like as soon as I get off of a broadcast, like I can't just immediately shut down. Like I need to like have some time.
It's a work.
Yeah. It's one of those things that, you like have to like wind down a little bit. And it takes me like an hour and a half to wind down. So yeah, it's one of those things that's really funny. Like I'll talk to people that be like, whoa, you're getting up at 11 every day. Like that must be nice. It's like, yeah, but I'm not going to bed until 4. So
exactly,
I'm only getting 7 hours of sleep. It's just a weird 7 hours.
Yeah, it feels so weird as well when you. Although this is probably my fault. This is probably by design, by choice of me getting up at like 10 a.m. every day, or not 10 a.m. I wake up at 10 and then I'll get out of bed at 12, which makes me feel really grubby. But I don't know. I really struggle getting out of bed at the moment. It's like the lockdown that we have here in the UK, and I'm sure everybody who's watching the stream will also feel exactly like this. Like, unless you've got a job that's like 9 to 5 and what have you, and so you've got the set routine of you have to get out of bed at 7 and get yourself ready and such like that, and then of course go to bed at whatever time suits. I don't know, you getting up at 7. That depends how much sleep you really need as a person. It just, if you don't have that regular sort of job, I know there's a lot of folks on furlough at the moment that aren't basically working. It feels so weird just to not do anything. I feel like I'm in just this constant limbo. Like there's always these like depictions of what limbo actually is, and
like
it's
outside of like limbo from Inception.
Yeah, it's just like that's how it feels like. I'm living in these 4 walls and I'm just not doing anything essentially. So it feels super odd. The concept of time is well and truly out the window. But I'll tell you what, the concept of time's returned to me, Alan, because it's time for our grand final.
Sure is. Garrison map number 1. Need to find a way to shut down Forehead and Lana if you're FaZe Good Stuff. And, Cam has been playing okay, but definitely not at the same level that we've seen out of Lana and Forehead so far. Cookie's going to find first blood onto Lana, so Job 1 done already. Now it just comes down to, can they do the same thing to Forehead? He's also stuck behind these boxes. And Cookie's going to try to play for the early plant. Semtech's good for a kill. Cam pushes forward to find Cookie, leaving Mike now with all of a sudden a 1v2.
It's a hard one to win. Good get his first shots in, unfortunately isn't able to track the kill properly, and Forehead comes out on top of that one through lights. Let's see these opening gunfights once again here from Forehead. And back and forth this kill actually from Forehead. This is kind of funny in a way. It's actually going to be the last kill. I thought this was early gunfights. I don't know why I thought that for a second. There's a long kill count from Forehead where he essentially does nothing for the majority of it, but is going to end up getting that kill anyway.
Yeah, staying alive, difficult to do when you're being flushed out, but gets the Semtex to connect. Helps out his teammate for the last. Good stuff. 2 kills for Forehead. But the one from Cam, and that really the one from Cam is the one that really helped get this round back into play, simply because that would have been a bomb plant for the side of FaZe Good Stuff if they weren't able to, or if they were able to avoid Cam, I should say.
Well, Bojo Zazania starting this one 1-0. Cam Armstrong with the bomb in hand. Bojo Zazania don't really look like they've made their choice of which bomb site they want to attack just yet. They're still raiding the terrain. First gunfight going through. Cookie Boy going to win that one on the plat. That's going to make this attack much harder to win if you're a Bojo Zazania. Forehead's been spotted out through. The stun goes out. Brumper Big Sticks works at the back of it. Of course, it doesn't have that much of an effect anyway since the attack mask is on. Nonetheless, though, it's going to be a kill for FaZe Good Stuff. And now Cam Armstrong, 1 versus 3. They've also spotted him out. And, okay, apparently there wasn't a reaction from Cookie Boy, even though Brumper Big Sticks should have called that out that he was in bed.
I don't think a lot of our players are playing with voice, and maybe not even headphones. That's just like one of those instances where, like, we expect there to be an immediate follow-up trade. Yeah, and it just looked like he had no idea the gunfight even happened in the first place. Through the smoke, almost an opportunity, but would have been hard-pressed with the time to find the third. So we get tied up 1-1. I couldn't imagine playing without voice in a search and destroy tournament, let alone playing without sound. I mean, that'd be
yeah, that's
something else.
So important. Sound is so important in search and destroy. It gives you, I mean, there are always sort of these memes about sort of you know, people just listening to where people are across the map through sound and such like that. But it is such a big advantage if you can listen properly to where a player is coming from. You can turn on them before they even turn the corner. So if you can hear somebody again, it gives you that extra advantage. And off the bat here in this round, Forehead going to draw first blood. Brumper Big Sticks down for the count. Now a 2 versus 3 here for FaZe Good Stuff to see what they're made of. Good stuff from Cookie Boy's trade out. Lana now down, and actually overall here, first few rounds, Lana's not had a great start at 0-3.
What we needed to see happen if you're FaZe Good Stuff, shut him down. Don't allow Forehead or Lana to take over the game. So far, so good in that pursuit. Just down to Forehead. 1v1 versus Cookie, who is not wanting to play for the bomb plant, at least not as of yet. Time becoming a bit of a problem, 30 seconds. Cookie finds some good timing coming to the middle of the map, though. Easy kill and 2 rounds in a row for FaZe Good Stuff.
Good 2v3 there from FaZe Good Stuff. Cookie Boy being a big part of that, getting at least 2 of the kills. That second one, the 1v1 clutch. Now FaZe Good Stuff have an advantage here in search and destroy. It's Bojo Zazania once again on the offense. I want them to be a little bit more decisive here on their offensive push, because last time around they did kind of just sit stationary and wait for FaZe Good Stuff to do something, and this time they are not. They're pushing through green. Okay, Forehead tried for a Semtex outside of green, ended up damaging themselves and their team.
Opening kill for Lana. It's their first one so far. Mike. Big heady. Yeah. This is why you can't go away on this map. You just put someone on that sat truck and they're just so hard to deal with. And again, Mike's not even crouched here. He's just standing up on top of it and he still gets a favorable position. I mean, that if you really play that heady correctly, like we mentioned, I think either day 1 or day 2, it's impossible to see over the top of it. It's just such a big power position.
Yeah, you get somebody on there, you essentially have the entirety of A cleared out. I mean, you do obviously need somebody in mid and then somebody in lights, but then you've got the entire map covered. So really nice setup there from FaZe Good Stuff. Bojo Zazania going for a little bit of a weaker one. It's still the same kind of idea though, right? I mean, you've got somebody watching plat, somebody watching vents, and of course then somebody watching green. Bojo Zazania have all their angles covered. It's whether or not they can get that communication going correctly, because FaZe Good Stuff are about to approach this D-bomb site. First few shots going in. Lana going to be responsible for that. Nade being cooked from Bumper Big Sticks. I think that's going to have to force Lana into a pattern of retreat. Good adaptation from Bojo Zazania here. They've got a player coming over from green. That's going to be Cam. Ready to try and push this. Going through vent. This is going to be a huge clutch coming from behind if Cam can make this one work.
He's got to commit to it, though. Forehead's in the same position. He's got to commit. We're just taking long routes. Cam does find one kill. Mike there for the trade, though. Bomb needs to also be planted, and there's eventually the long flank from Forehead. Rumbo by himself. 1v1 not going to go his way. Bojo's lasagna. Keeping things tight. Just down around now.
Overall, really good adaptation from Bojo Zazania, right? I mean, in terms of realizing where that bomb was going to go, then adapting to, well, we know the bomb is going to go to this bomb site. Let's go and swarm it. That's exactly what they did around B. And then, of course, the long flank from Forehead really felt like the final nail in the coffin for FaZe Good Stuff. So getting another round on the board here is Bojo's lasagna. Now they're on the offense. Last time around, they attempted to go through A. As you and I have noted many times, that is a very hard quest to fulfill. This time around, though, to B they go, and a little bit more success as Cookie Boys has been the victim of First Blood.
Regain moments here for Bojo's lasagna. It's been Cam who's largely been keeping them even into it, but if they could find a way to get Forehead and Lana activated, we could see another big turnaround. Cam's going to stick for the plant. Smart play. Mike in a 1v2, now also required to get the defuse. Smoke will allow Cam to get right back into vents, and this is such a difficult spot to flush anybody out of. Mike needs to go quick. That's the whole thing, and he's going to slowly clear lights. Too slowly, in fact. Now coming forward, checking his angles, checking his corners, but you're down to 25 seconds. You haven't even found an instance of information on either of these last two players. This is going to be a Bojo's lasagna win. Too slow.
It should be. It should be. There you go. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you never know with these tournaments, Alan. You never know what's going to happen, but as you say, too slow from Mike there. Let's get the first kill, though.
So what next here for FaZe Good Stuff? Seeing a couple of rounds not going their way. And they've largely on their attacks been avoiding the A site, which again, I think is okay. Especially if you can continue to try to find a way to get this bomb planted. Forehead holding a tight corner. I was going to say careful here. You don't want to overpeak because there's a sniper watching this angle. And he's just going to wait to see if somebody crosses right past them before he makes a call. Lana's back over by Square, playing the same box as they had previously. So it's going to be Bojo's lasagna essentially just waiting for FaZe Good Stuff to make a move, and it looks like they will start to make their play over to B. Stun won't be able to do too much of much. And this is a tough 1v1. Forehead just backs away. Good help from Lana. Secures the team damage. Forehead over the bomb. Not going to get Brumpo. Trade should still be there, though. Yep, Lana gets the kill. Last player mid-map, Bojo. And his lasagna. Getting zesty. 3 rounds in a row.
It's a good attempt from FaZe Good Stuff there on the offense, but it wasn't to be. Good cover overall from Lana here. Saves Forehead's life effectively in that first gunfight. Good trade on that one as well. That's why those back boxes is such a power position. You can pretty much see the entirety of mid-map and even a little bit of plat if you position yourself correctly. Bojo Zazania now 4-3 up here in what has been a very close map number 1 of our grand final. Remember, folks, this is a best of 5, not a best of 3 as the rest of the tournament has been. We're going through every single map in the rotation if it goes the distance. This is only map number 1. Bojo's Lasagna. Looking for a 5-3 advantage. And they're on the offense to do it.
Opening shots from Lana. They scouted out where Cookie Boy wants to play it inside of lights. Won't confirm a kill. Second attempt. Cookie just throws his shoulder. Semtex will not connect as there is a trophy system down. Runs right into the waiting sight line of Mike, but there is no kill there somehow, some way. Not really sure what happened right there. Cam's gonna chase Cookie Boys down into the vent, and how about Cam? Where was this in the last couple of days? He's on 4 in a row, and he's ego challenging everything under the sun. I love to see it. Just get in there with that 74U. Why wait?
Nah, this is not the same Cam. This is not the same Cam. No way. Look at the aggression. The certainty of which Cam is challenging those gunfights. My goodness. Bojo's Lasagna now 5-3 up. I can't believe that. Cam playing well here for sure. And this is what a Bojo's Lasagna roster looks like when it's firing on all cylinders. Not a single person is negative. And it's showing the scoreline overall as now they just need this round and it's done. FaZe Good Stuff going for an aggressive play. Mike trying through the mid. Has spotted out forehead. First few shots go off. That'll at least give some information as to where FaZe Good Stuff are. But unfortunately for Bojo's Lasagna, they have given up power position, but the first few gunfights go their way. Big one-on-ones to win, and now it falls on Cookie, of course. Even with the silencer, I was going to say they should be able to tell where he is. Unfortunately, again, those audio issues that teams face in this tournament going to mean that they don't.
Wow.
Cookie Boy opening up the opportunity for a 1 versus 3 can only go so far though before it falters, and 6-3 the scoreline here in map number 1 for our final, and it's Bojo's Lasagna who strike first.
Yeah, I mean, I think expectations from like the Heartless Scientist game, there were moments where Heartless Scientists looked like the better squad through the first 2 days if you just compare like their individual matches. But the problem was Paperboy never really got anything going until it was too late, right? So in this matchup, if you're FaZe Good Stuff, you've got to find a way to shut down Lana and try to make sure that they're not able to find as much damage with the long range with the Krieg as they normally were. But it's Cam that shows up in a big way here. So yeah, I think Bojo's Lasagna, like we mentioned before, is just a better team right now. And if they can keep playing collectively like this, it's going to take a lot more than what we just witnessed from FaZe Good Stuff if they want to have a chance in this best-of-5 series. But that said, again, we got out of Garrison. That's going to force a lot of gunfights in one spot where, again, we talked largely about how individuals are going to play better on maps that they know where the gunfights are going to come from. Now we're going to Miami. This map is massive, and it's largely going to come down to who plays the map better. Timing is going to be everything, and I think if you're Bojo's Lasagna, just step on the gas, defensively and offensively, just stack a site and just push through it, because FaZe Good Stuff have been a little bit out of sorts at times. And if you can just put the clock in your favor, especially from the offensive side, get the bomb down quick, that's just such a steep advantage with, again, this level of gameplay, this bronze, silver individual gameplay that we're seeing. Force them to have to make a play, and you're going to win. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for both of these teams, is just get on the bomb, plan as fast as possible, and force them to play against a 45-second clock instead of a minute 30.
Yeah, for sure. You need to get in their face. And whoa, we're in this real fast as FaZe Good Stuff and Bojo's Lasagna going to face off against each other in map number 2 of our grand final of the UK Agency Showdown. Bojo's Lasagna now 1-0 up in the series. You can see it at the top of your screens. FaZe Good Stuff now on the offense to kick things off, and they're taking this bomb to B. There's a couple of players over there on defense.
Long range shots for Cam as he swaps over to a Krieg, just goes through the entire clip. Not going to find any initial kills, but he does keep FaZe Good Stuff at bay. And again, taking over the map. I like to see this. Forehead, Lana, mid-map. No one's going to be able to rotate out, so Mike has to play through. He will find 1 kill, but they lose their bomb planner and 1 more. So now it's just down to Mike with no bomb in hand. He's got to come back to this play. It's a dangerous situation to be in. Lana up top, though, caught mid-sprint. Gives us a 1v1.
This is looking for an ace for both of these players, so somebody's going to get it unless they let the timer run out, which is a very real possibility. We've seen it happen before in this tournament. But that probably is not going to happen as Mike goes through purple. Oh, okay, Forehead looks away at the complete wrong time. This looks to be a plant from Mike. There you go, Forehead gets the ace in round number 1, ends up winning a crucial one-on-one as Bojo Zazania, they start this with the right foot forward.
Yeah, this is again taking away the map. This is, I think, this is the key. With all 3 players, by the way, using assault rifles that round. Forehead does walk away with all 3 kills, but again, Lana did some damage, Cam did some damage. And if they can just continue to win the middle of the map, it's going to make life so much easier. So we'll see if FaZe Good Stuff will recognize that, if that is indeed a set strategy, and see if they can try to counter. For Bojo's Lasagna, all 3 players making their way through hotels. This looks to be an A hit.
Changing up the strategy here for Bojo's Lasagna as they make their way over towards A. There's one player they're going to have to deal with. Now, Cookie Boy, do they have an AR or a sniper rifle? I'm really intrigued here. If Cookie Boy has a sub, I'm done. there's little use having a sub in Cookie Boy's position. There you go. Okay, so it is going to be a Peloton, likely with Lawbreaker as well. So we can assume that there is another weapon. There you go. AK-74U to work with. You want your sniper rifle out in this position, Cookie Boy. Oh, lovely stunt. Right into the face of Cookie Boy. Bojo Zazania now, because of the lack of pressure from Cookie Boy, going to be able to get this bomb down. And now it's going to be how good is FaZe Good Stuff to retake.
Got to find a kill first and foremost. Cookie doesn't quite pull the trigger, and that will be the end of him as Cam finds some nice long-range shots. Bojo's Lasagna going to go up 2-0 here as they took the last player down mid-map. Good stuff. Bojo's Lasagna is playing aggressive, making sure that even though Miami is massive, they're not letting that map kind of catch them off guard. They play aggressive in their defense. They all stack over to one side on their offense. That's going to be good enough, honestly, through this grand finals. If you can continue to win the gunfights and just play even trades, that right there is going to be advanced enough for them to take this map if it continues in this fashion that we've seen so far. There has to be an adaptation from FaZe Good Stuff.
For sure. I mean, Bojo Zazania there, I mean, they are essentially just capitalizing on a mistake made from Cookie Boy specifically, right? I mean, you have a sniper rifle. You're meant to be watching over the A bomb site, and they are trying to cover 2 angles, both the mid and the A. That's why you need somebody watching that mid. And transferring over towards this round, Bojo Zazania once again starting things very strong. It's going to be pick off from Cam. Good response, though, from Cookie Boy, and this will open up the B bomb site to a hit. Got to be careful, though, because coming in from behind are Bojo Zazania.
First blood. Mike is caught in the jump wall corner. He will back away. But he's in a 1v2, and he's got no bomb, so he's going to have to come back to this play. Lana and Forehead with double Krigs are just going to run together in duo form. See if they can track down where Mike has gone. Again, he still does not have the bomb in hand, so any play that he makes here is still a dangerous one. And they're right around corners from one another. 20 seconds to go. Mike has jumped the wall. Bojo's Lasagna will be right behind him. No, they're going to go back through pink. Time. You got to make a play here, Mike. You don't have time to get to A. You got to try to plant. And here are the defenders. Bojo's Lasagna take the W there, no problem. 3-0 up.
It's an unfortunate play, realistically, from Mike in that position. A 1 versus 2. Looked in all the places besides the place, of course, where the last 2 players were, and didn't really leave enough time to make that one work. So it's now going to be 3-0 to Bojo Zazania here in game number 2. After a 6-3 victory in game number 1, this would be a dominant performance if they're able to come out and just cleanly take this 6-0, although I very much doubt that would happen. FaZe Good Stuff have some rebellion in them. They need to start working as a unit right now. And once again, we're seeing those same kind of mistakes on the defense bleeding through into this round. 2 players over towards A for FaZe Good Stuff. That's not good enough if you want to defend these bomb sites. And now with only 1 player over at B, if Bojo Zazania realizes this quick enough, there's a free bomb site. This should be a very easy round.
Yeah, Brumpo's going to actually jump right over the wall right into 2 players, so he's probably also going to die here unless the timing is all right. But yeah, he's already been figured out, and there it is. Yeah, FaZe Good Stuff need a little bit of help here when it comes to this map. And it's, again, just all it is for Bojo's Lasagna is them playing collectively as 3. You're just reducing the effect of how big the map is because you're just focusing on playing one part of it. And you're able to just go kill for kill by kill by kill. So 5 in a row for Forehead, 5 in a row for Lana. The big point of FaZe Good Stuff need to find a way to respond to them has been missed, at least on this map right here. Only 1 in 4 for Cookie, 0 in 4 for Brumpo. and 3 total kills behind that for the entire squad. I just, yeah, this is the role that I want to see, is them just playing together, just run into a bomb site together and try to overwhelm with just sheer numbers. But they're going to try to play the middle of the map, forehead clearing lanes. I don't think he saw anybody on the cross, but Lana was also watching the same angle, so maybe there is some information that this play is going over to the B site.
Plays good stuff. Again, they lose that first blood. It's continual, Alan. It's every single time. They're just losing this opening gunfights and immediately find themselves at disadvantage. Cookie Boys is essentially all on his own. Snake's being thrown out by Cam Armstrong. Could be a kill here from Cookie Boys, and it will, but, you know, unlike FaZe Good Stuff, Boto Zazania are good in for a trade. Mike coming from behind. Not sure what's happening for him, but gonna be missing those gunfights. Actually gonna get the hell out of Dodge, though. So good news for Mike is they're still alive.
Yeah, but no bomb again, and no time, so this is likely going to be 5-0 unless he can find Lana from behind here and then find the isolated 1v1. Forehead, hello, okay, he's able to back away, take the secondary challenge. There's Lana for the help. Yeah, this is going to be a 6-0. FaZe Good Stuff. Didn't plug in their GPS before coming into Miami. They're looking a little lost right now.
That's one word for it, that's for sure. Not to be too harsh, of course, FaZe Good Stuff. They've had their moments in this tournament, but right now, on this particular game of Search and Destroy, they do not look like a cohesive unit at all. You know, they're falling apart every single round. They're not defending the correct bomb sites, and you're probably going to see that here once again. And, you know, let's take a look what they do off the rip here to see really where they're going wrong. If at all in this round, this will probably be the round they do right. And actually, it might well be. So Mike looking through the mid-map, albeit has a AK-74U, so isn't going to need to be that effective. They have actually got a somewhat solid setup here for Cookie Boy. That's going to be the key player on the defense now. He needs to play this well, and actually is in a great position to defend this bomb site, or at the very least make the call that there are players coming over along this beach, because Cookie Boy is going to have to do a lot here if he's on his own.
Opening shots are good, though. Cam can't quite get the cover. Forehead also tagged up. Cooked nade, dealt with by a trophy. Stun will meet the same fate. But the bomb is down, and this is a pretty dirty angle for Cookie. Hard to shrug him off the angle, and defense is also rotated to the middle of the map. So it's going to have to just be gunfight wins here for Bojo's Lasagna. Like that, Forehead, 8-0. Lana also takes down Mike, so you just got to find the last kill into Cookie. You know exactly where he is. You got 20 seconds to get the kill, and it should lead to your 6-0, and Cookie will put himself right out in the open. 6-0 Bojo's Lasagna. We're going to go to map 3.
Yeah. See, that was a tale of two very different things for these two teams. It was a masterclass in how to play Search and Destroy. It also happened to be a masterclass in how not to play Search and Destroy. Specifically on the defense, they were not playing together whatsoever. It was abundantly clear there that this FaZe Good Stuff roster, I mean, it's... Of course, the team that they're playing, obviously this is the hardest opposition they've come up against throughout the entirety of the tournament. Coming into the finals, that is obviously going to be the case. But, I mean, FaZe Good Stuff, they just didn't look like they were playing as a team. They were making some really small, but at the same time, significant mistakes. You know, positioning on defense, they were leaving vast areas of the map completely open, and when they didn't, they had the wrong weapons to cover those areas of the map. For example, Cookie Boy, I mean, he played that, I think it was the I want to say the A-bomb site is the one over towards beach. I always get the A and B mixed up. Correct. You know, if you're in that position, you're in top window, you need a sniper rifle or an AR, because that's what's going to help you get those kills. Instead, for the most part, of course, it comes down to that's the weapon they're probably most comfortable with, but like an AK-74U is not going to cut it in that situation, because you've got to stop them making it to the bomb site, right? You know, primarily, right? They can get to the bomb site, you can clutch up for sure, but you're immediately losing an advantage inherently by letting that happen.
Yeah, we could talk all day about the basics to Search and Destroy, right? And the fact of the matter is they're missing, so is what it is. So now we go to, especially on larger maps, I guess I should stipulate, like, those fundamentals just start to go out the window a little bit. But we'll go to Moscow. Still a large map, but a little bit more focused as far as where the bomb sites are. And largely, FaZe Good Stuff. We remember back to when they played this map yesterday. They were actually hitting the A site quite a lot. Brumpo in the middle of the map. He should have been seen here. And yeah, Lana's just holding the angle. That'll be good for first blood. Cam over by the A site has met some resistance, and he'll wisely back away. So now Bojo's Lasagna can get the pinch through mid-map and take the long flank. Yeah, they're just going to fully surround here. Might take a little bit of time to get to this position, but no chance for Mike here. And then Cookie Boys also meets the same fate. Bojo's Lasagna they're just the better team.
I'd like to imagine things can change, Alan. At the moment, though, Bojo's Lasagna retake that bomb site with ease. And it is going to be Bojo's Lasagna starting off 1-0.
Yep. Mid-map win. Surround the bomb site. No chance really for FaZe Good Stuff there after they lost that first gunfight. And really, the only other play they had was to try to push through and find the kill in the cam, but he bailed, so it's difficult. The decision-making that needed to come in was really kind of a choice between a rock or a hard place, so. Now it's out of Bojo's Lasagna, offensively. Looking to go over towards A. It's just Cookie who's here. FaZe Good Stuff have stacked over towards the B site. Smoke will be down. No one pushing through it immediately. Trophy system as well. Smoke is going to dissipate here in a moment, and just as it does, Bojo's Lasagna makes the move. Cookie Boys on the heady. Nice shots from Lana. Pinch from the middle of the map is going to be read by Forehead here, likely. There's an easy second kill. And now it's just down to Brumpo on the backside, and this is a very difficult spot to find a 1v3 from. He does find the first, but of course now his position is revealed, and it should be pretty much smooth sailing here for Bojo's Lasagna.
Should be. Brumpo Big Sticks could still win this, though, so let's not count them out just yet. Good idea, actually, from Brumpo Big Sticks, if they can execute it quick enough. There's only 20 seconds on the clock, so there really isn't much room for error here, but again, you've got to make this one work. First kill comes through. Now, 1 versus 1. Doesn't check the corner when Lana is. Could actually still get this.
No time.
Yeah, no time again. Lovely nade from Lana. Really nice nade from the half wall. Yeet is the word you're looking for there.
Oh man, this is just, I mean, it took a while for Bojo's Lasagna to activate in their semifinal. But once they're fully up and running, it's difficult to stop them, and that's been the case for every team that's faced up against them so far in this tournament. No more exemplified than right here in the grand finals for FaZe. Lana up top, sees a shoulder, a couple of shots connect, just backs away, calls for help, and the help will come in the form of Forehead, who's on the way over. Cookie Boys, good timing for the first kill. Second one right around the corner, able to take that one from behind, so now it's just down to Cam. Over the top, Cookie Boys will allow some help to get there, but the hit from the back, not also going to be good enough, so 3 kills for Cookie Boys.
And this is the thing, right? This is why I still haven't written off this game for this team just yet, right? Because you get plays like this. Every so often, I really don't know where they find it, but players like Cookie Boy can just dig deep and make crazy plays like this happen. A very quick ace here in this round. Cookie Boy finds it, and again, beautiful stuff there. Very aggressive, and it's that kind of aggression that's kind of been missing for the first 2 games here.
So what next here for FaZe Good Stuff on this comeback opportunity for them? Mike sniping outer Boulevard. Brumpo inside the apartments. Cookie Boy's going to play up top on the statue. Smoke will come through. Bojo's Lasagna not fully pushing through it as of yet, but it looks like they will actually make the play through escalators. And if Cam checks his back here, and just as he comes around, he should find a free kill on the Cookie Boys. But he hasn't done that as of yet. Cook nade will probably bounce a bit too far. And Cookie doesn't look over towards the telephone booth. Just down to Mike. 1v3. He's going to try to play this from behind Bojo's Lasagna. Might find the first one. He's revealed his position with no kill. Also fully stunned. There's the check. There's the elimination. Bojo's Lasagna back up now 3-1. And a couple extra. Okay, body shots, yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you put some extra bullets in the body there?
I mean, come on.
It's deserved at this point, right? I mean, after a 6-0 in game number 2.
What was that commercial? I forget. It's like...
Bear in mind, right, Alan, that we don't have the same commercials in the UK and the US.
That's true. I want to say, like, it was, like, some famous, like, basketball center was, like, playing, like, a 1v1 versus, like, a bunch of, like, 6th graders and, like, denying them and then, like, talking smack after. It's kind of like that. Like...
Yeah, that's for sure. This has been a good game, good set of games for Bojo Zazania, and it's only getting better as well as Forehead starts this one with 2 kills in a row. Mike very quickly left in a 1 versus 3. It's not in the worst position in the world to make this one happen. Forehead's pretty well separated from Lana and Cam, and the latter 2 are also pretty separated as well, but as Forehead knows that bomb's down, they're definitely just going to sit there and get... Okay. Call of Duty timing. Call of Duty timing. You can see on the minimap all 3 players gravitating from their positions in the mid-map and over towards Globe. They move at the exact time that Mike comes from the hotel to the mid-map, going all the way through A. Only in Call of Duty. Only in Call of Duty, Alan.
Or so we think. Yeah, there's no time for the play. And Mike will get caught from behind. Bojo's Lasagna looking to put this away quickly here. 4-1 up. 2 more rounds will win them the tournament. And it feels like more of a matter of when than if that comes to be. At least based on how the dynamic is going at the moment.
Bojo's Lasagna here. Just need 2 rounds, and they are your UK Agency Showdown champions. They really would deserve it. Of course, if FaZe Goodstuff can come back into the series and end up winning against Bojo's Lasagna, I'd argue they deserve it more. Position they're in at the moment, 4-1 down after losing games number 1 and 2. They need what we call in the Call of Duty scene a reverse sweep, which is to... essentially win the back 3 games of a series, being 2-0 down. Bojo's Lasagna, though, 2 search and destroy rounds away. They have an open bomb site towards B. It's looking good for this one, but they need to draw first blood. Forehead looks the wrong way, ends up getting the kill against Brumper Big Six anyway. Trade comes through, though, from Cookie Boy, but they do, again, have control over that B-bomb site.
Post-plant setup will be out towards the boulevard. Mike is hoping somebody checks, but they're not going to. Gunfight will start to occur out towards the boulevard. There's going to be help here, potential for a pinch, but Lana turns around, deals with Mike. That will likely be it, unless Cookie can find 2 isolated 1v1s. Taken down to 1 HP. Him and Cam in a elongated gunfight. At worst, this is at least time off the clock, and also apparently time for Forehead to come back around the back, or is that Lana? One of the 2. And it was Lana. Okay, so 2 kills for Lana in the backside. This confirms the 5th round. 1 more will do it.
One more will do it. Bojo Lasagna have done nothing short of stellar in this grand final. They have just worked on the weaknesses that FaZe Goodstuff have handed to them. And now, just 1 more defensive win. It puts them with the title of UK Agency Showdown champions. Let's see if they can finish it here, Alan. Nade goes out from Cookie Boy. They will have spotted Cam Armstrong. The call comes in from Bojo Lasagna, and here comes the squeeze. Players going on the flank. 1 player looking for the gunfight. Forehead ends up losing it. Cam ends up losing his as well. And now 1 versus 3 for Lana to end it here in this round. Does pick up that first kill.
Lana might have an opportunity for 1. Saw the information a touch late. No idea where the second player is. If he just goes a little bit wider, maybe he sees that player in the corner, but now completely lacking of information. Trophy system kill will actually now turn everyone's attention to him. Gets the first kill. Maybe an opportunity for the second. No problem. Plenty of time for the defuse. One heck of a way to close out a tournament for Lana. 9-1, 5 in a row in a 1v2. to get the 6th round and secure the championship for Bojo's Lasagna.
Congratulations to Bojo's Lasagna. They are your first ever UK Agency Showdown champions. Awesome stuff from them. Clutching up when they needed to, time and time again. And that final round is a perfect example of exactly that. Lana comes in, a 1 versus 3 clutch, the defuse to boot as well. Beautiful stuff from them. Exemplar search and destroy. And for that reason, they are your Agency Showdown champions.
Yeah, and they played really well, I think, throughout all 3 days. And even at the beginning of the day, they're in the semifinals, slow start. But, I mean, at the end of it, good grief. I mean, they just absolutely tore apart the competition. I mean, even Cam, who I would say out of the 3 of them, on average, did not play as well in the first 2 days. He played great today. I mean, getting much more aggressive, able to open up a lot of space, not forcing either Lana or Forehead to have to make plays every single time. And that was going to be enough, not just to get past triple threat to start the day, but also phase good stuff at the end. So, yeah, really good stuff. And, yeah, major congratulations to him.
Absolutely. It was an awesome 3 days of action here, Alan. It's just super awesome stuff. I'm really appreciative of course, Activision Blizzard Media bringing you and I on once again to do this, because it's always fun getting a cast agency showdown. It's something a little bit different to what you and I normally used to, and it always brings some delightfully fun moments whenever it occurs. And of course, this has been absolutely no different. Before we go though, just a quick reminder, we will be having another agency showdown on the 22nd of February. That's going to be a US based one once again. If you guys want to be notified when that is going to go live and when it does go live, make sure you follow Active Blizz Media on Twitter. Of course, we'll be tweeting out when that does go live. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel here at Activision Blizzard Media. Just click the subscribe button, click the bell for the notification on when we go live with that one, because it's going to be epic to be back in America. Alan, closing thoughts with the first ever UK Agency Showdown.
Yep, good competition all the way through. Especially now that we're in 4v4, you have the ability, I think, largely just in the game overall to pop off. But now that we're watching 3v3 search and destroy on relatively smaller maps, we're starting to see individuals really kind of showcase their abilities. So hopefully North America provides something similar here to Europe, because it was good. It was good competition all the way throughout.
Yep, it absolutely was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you to everybody who tuned in over the course of the last 3 days. It's been a pleasure being your host alongside Alan for this agency showdown. Again, February 22nd, that's going to be when the next agency showdown is. Again, another US-based one. For now, though, we say our goodbyes. Thank you to everyone who tuned in, and we'll see you guys on Feb 22nd for the third US agency showdown.